Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Goodbye.
We're here. Okay, guess. See you guys next week for Dragon Ball RP.
Goodbye. Be ready for Android 4.
The greatest fucking infiltration unit the Red Ribbon Army has ever had.
Oh yeah,
what were you
baby.
saying? What were you saying you would do for the thing again, FOMO? You were like a big like
I was
bear,
a farmer,
like
and these vessels just crash into my fucking land.
Yeah.
well, like you were
that's
like a
right.
beast person though, right? You were like a
Yeah, I was a beast person.
yeah, you were like a
Yeah.
big old fucking like bear or like otter or something. I can't remember what
We
you were.
never narrowed it down. I think
Some preserved creature.
the dream sank before it begun.
I was gonna be like a weird demon-looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were. I was gonna be just
Good.
I was gonna be a big robot with a fake mustache. That's the greatest infiltration unit you've ever seen.
What do you guys think? Should we have done that instead of Kingdom Hearts? Put it in the
Well,
comments.
too late,
Anyway,
bitches.
let's fucking
Yes,
go,
let's go.
with some Kingdom Hearts. I'm having a lot of fun with this, even though these guys want to go to Dragon Ball, I guess.
No. This game needs to complete, then we can go to Dragon Ball, then we can come back for campaign.
You guys are
We need to see
de-
Hibika's feet for real, and then we can live.
you guys are decent. You guys are decently far in. I've said this several times. For those of you who have not heard it, but we are decently far in where I have for main plot kind of stuff going on. Depending on what you guys end up doing, this game could be shorter or longer. There are several different ways it can go down. It looks like you guys are going to be going down potentially a different path than what the original players went down whenever I did this off stream, so that's really fun.
Hell yeah.
But I still don't know if you're going to get the actual thing or not. But we'll see.
No,
We'll
we
see.
win.
We'll see.
Don't worry,
We'll
we'll
see.
win.
Oh, there's no doubt in my mind that you guys are gonna win. Wink, wink,
Something.
nudge, nudge. You guys definitely
gonna
are gonna die
die.
today.
We're gonna
Hey, wait.
It depends be over. And honestly, what a way to end it, though.
Before we move on, before stream, just so that I put acknowledgement where acknowledgement is due, we did get a $300 donation from Fake Person. I wanted to gush about it a little bit when we got on the stream because Fake Person is amazing and they keep us afloat.
Yeah.
By us, I mean specifically me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Sometimes we benefit from it.
And sometimes you guys are like, ah, fuck, I don't have a thing, or ah, fuck, I'm Emerald, look at me, and I'm like, yeah, look at you, and then I kick you, and then you cry, and I laugh at you a little bit.
It's my wife, too.
That is what the other experience is about.
I miss my wife, Kale.
Yeah.
That makes me laugh.
Just make a snap cube reference instead of being in pain.
But yes, thank you very much. We're gonna jump in. This is the first game of this that we have had with the new stuff being in play for about a week. I would like to say that the fleeting heroisms have been going pretty well, despite only being there for 2 games. I think that they have gone rather well. If you guys have any idea what I'm talking about, look in the channel points. We have it to where you guys can give little hero dice to people now. They're pretty good. You can trade, I believe I said 5 of those in for a reroll token, which is less powerful but more stable. Pretty good. We have done exactly what I wanted to and lowered the amount of fleeting inspirations that can be given, which has made it to where they show up a lot less, which does mean I have slightly lowered some of the DCs for things now, which was the point of lowering the fleeting inspirations to begin with, so that not everything was a really high DC.
What?
No way.
But we'll see if I have to end up raising it back up or lowering it back down, or we'll see what goes down. But you may see that there are some rolls now that maybe you guys get like a 13 on a roll, and maybe that'll actually be something that'll be good, instead of like last time where you get a 13 and then there's 5 fleeting inspirations come in and then you fish for that 20.
Yeah, baby, we love fishing. The perfect guest.
The perfect hire.
Yes, Maxie.
We're gonna jump in to the room. Hiya. Here we are. We've done it. Because of the $300 dono, we are going to give Gil 2 more of these. Hiya, hiya. and you
Right.
guys one more each, because fake person is your dad, and your dad had to give you your allowance, but your dad also
Thanks,
saw that
Dad.
your friends didn't have any allowance, so they gave them a little allowance, but you got double the allowance. That's how it worked. But yeah, last time there was a bunch of really fun things that went down. We're gonna roll to see who does it. I would like everyone to look at the D4 I'm gonna roll, so that way everyone knows that whenever it rolls onto a 3, inevitably it is not my fault. But we will see. Oh, it's a 1.
Yeah, I prayed to God
Yeah,
in my
but-
mind. You can't hurt me.
He was 3.
It would have been so funny if it was a 3, because I would have
Yeah.
literally just been like, you can't make it up.
I'm not being
details.
mean.
What's up?
But Nico, 1 + 2 is 3. See? Watch.
That's a 5, actually, which does make it all the way back around to you. So, Hibiki, what happened last time?
Oh fuck.
You're really doing it, aren't you, Lily?
Doing what?
I'm just trying to ignore whatever's happening over there.
Are you having sex? What the fuck is happening?
I'm doing nothing. Go
Okay.
on with your go on with Emerald's recap.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I believe
Oh,
we
you're
started
doing it.
last game fucking around and finding out
Mhm,
in
mhm,
the dungeons, correct?
mhm, mhm.
We saw the big deep one that had a whole bunch of floors on it that ended in like water. I believe that was still last time, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to remember completely.
It started out.
Ex-
You start out right, yeah, right over yeah.
Yeah. Oh, right. We started right. Yeah.
At the very beginning.
We started in this little path here. We couldn't go back. Couldn't go back for our little guys. It sucks that we had to be here without them. Hopefully they'll be totally safe.
Definitely.
So we make our way forward on this rickety-looking path, and we carefully make our way across. And it seems like we were doing fine.
Yeah.
Nobody fell in the water, which he began to just hear off in the distance, like, hey, there's like some running water. Weird. So we made our way to the door, and we came out into this big old room. There was a lever. The lever really didn't do that much. There were many ways that we could have gone. We called out. We could hear our good friend Night Fury in the distance, but we didn't really know which way we were supposed to go.
Gilgamesh did.
Except for Gilgamesh, but he didn't care.
It's
So instead, we made our way down to this path, I believe,
Mm-hmm.
which ends us up in this place over here.
Yeah, the little prison area.
That's what I was talking about, the prison area.
Yeah.
Look at this place. This place is designed so that if water came in, it would go down this and fall all the way down to the bottom. But I'm pretty sure it wasn't supposed to collect there.
It's like a little pool.
So we kept exploring this place. A lot of this looked pretty pristine, but the farther down we went, the less pristine it was until we got to the water, which Zarel went and swam around it and could see there's a whole bunch of shit at the bottom.
Zarel
That
had
did not look like this
Zarel
place
had
was meant to be
surprisingly a
flooded.
lot to do last game for Zarel not being here.
I mean, Sorrel saw water. It's like, oh boy. It's like, I'm glad that
Yeah.
in the event that I have to like fake my death, you guys know exactly how to play Sorrel.
You're welcome.
only because you do such a good job. We have an easy example to follow.
Now, I can't remember the exact things that were under the water, but I don't think that entirely matters. It's the fact that they were there. It showed that that was not supposed to be flooded.
Mhm.
But there's not really much we can do here. There's no forward in this place. So we realized, we went the wrong way, I guess. So we went back up and went down the other path. And in that other path, we found this cool room. Now, I'm gonna be honest here. It looks really fucking cool. I don't understand why there are chains connecting to the wall here.
I love the water guillotine. No need. It wasn't needed, but you know.
Well, remember, the water isn't supposed to be here,
Water's
so
supposed to
these
be
chains
here,
might just be more supports to hold this up, just in case.
Mm.
Yeah. meaning that there's a fuck ton more water here than we realized.
Yeah, the
It's
water,
all draining into this room.
and all this water ain't supposed to be here.
I mean, this is kind of dope. I'm gonna lie.
It's great.
It's kind of dope, yeah.
It's a big blade.
But also, from what we found out from Night Fury, it wasn't this high before. It just kept getting more as she was in here.
It got higher as you guys
Also-
left.
Yeah, it got deeper as we left, which that's not good.
It's probably fine.
Poor Night Fury over here was in this device. Apparently, it's supposed to hold her in place when she goes berserk. Its original intention was to kill the unkillable, if I remember right.
It is a blade
you
that
know.
is meant to sever things that cannot be severed. Yes.
Yeah. Thankfully, it's not powered or whatever. It could have been bad if she had accidentally reached over and pulled the thing. She had locked herself in here by mistake, from what we understood. So she that's just on her. From there, we left this room and we came into this room and she just calls out to the building to do shit and the building knows better and listens to her. And we're all just very confused.
You guys learned why that was.
Yeah, he figured out that, oh, she's just directly connected to this place's beacon, which is what the chair told us about, that if he were down here, he could have done something like that too, which is really neat. But she just thinks, the building knows better. It's fine. She's just that good. And then we come into this room, the room of hyperfixations over her, what she's told us 7+ years of being in this place. She's
It's
a
going,
lot of
it's
shit.
going
She's got
on
a lot of
around. It's
skills.
going on around a decade.
On around a decade, yeah.
Yeah, because if you remember, the death of the queen was around 10 years ago.
Yeah. Which unfortunately she didn't actually know about, but we'll get into that in a little
talk
bit
about that
after we
later.
go over the hyperfixation. We've got smithing over here. We've got I believe this is where she eats. This is where her food is.
It's where her food would be.
This is where her food would be if she had any. This is where her computer is, where she talked to us. Also, she made this cool stained glass. It's really awesome. This is her gamer setup over here.
Oh shit, she got a Twitch streaming
Gamer
setup? She a VTuber?
I don't exactly remember what this part was. I'll be real.
This is the area that was being used by the other guy that comes down here that she keeps talking
The
about.
other guy.
Yeah.
Speaking of the other thing, she has to be in this tube over here for every day because the doctor said so, and she doesn't like him, and she has to because her master told her to. Also, this little thing over here, she got to it enchanting a little bit. Slides over here. But our magic people saw that, oh hey, there's a lot of life energy tubes over here. They've been siphoning life energy from her. That's not cool.
Hey, there's the tubes right there.
Yes, a tube. We want to break this tube as soon as possible. Look at that shit. And then
There we go.
we come over to her most recent hyperfixation, which is drawing pictures of her feet.
Not pictures of her feet.
With her feet. My bad.
If you see over here, I have a completed art piece to
Yeah, you
show
do.
an example.
Yeah, you do.
She does this with her feet and touches the canvases.
Hold on.
She
She
uses
paid lots of money for these.
Hold on. I need to add something to it. Anyway.
I can't see that price tag on the fucking red box.
I almost decided to draw the other character's feet and have different pride colors, but then I'm like, I shouldn't assume pride colors on people.
Anyway, keep going.
So that's her current hyperfixation. She really likes, and she's earned a lot of money for her hyperfixation. Also, I'm pretty sure that's not money, that's just gold.
It is gold, yes.
It's very funny that they have two currencies here. Kingdom Hearts, Legend of Zelda could never accept both forms.
That's the most normal thing Gilgamesh has seen yet.
Also, this is her bed, and that has a
Holy shit, a
very
gold
cool
pile.
monitor. safe while she's berserking, then she can get out of here, says her master. And it's very nice. There's a lever here that will, if she's in, that she can lock herself in here when she needs to. That's good. She has so many places where she can restrain herself. That's normal. Oh yeah, over here, there's the
People are
beacon.
just really into it.
People are just really into it. Over here we have the beacon, which she is somehow connected to, which is great. We're not allowed to go back here. So says her master. Also, we can't, because we can't lower the gate.
What'd she say was back there?
It was the underground forest.
Mm-hmm. The
That no one's
underforest.
allowed to go to because it could lead to the tree in a way that they don't want people to go to.
Yeah, it leads to the great tree's roots.
Which they don't want people going to for some reason. I wonder why.
You're not supposed to. People will fuck with the great tree.
But it's a dead thing. It's already dead.
Yeah, but people live on it. Don't fucking fuck with it.
What could possibly somebody do to its roots that could?
Bombs.
Whatever. I'm not even gonna think about it too hard now.
Grenades.
You could grenade it.
So then, TBT. So we just started, chit-chatting with Night Fury. At some point, she probably got her s'more from Zarel. Zarel can describe what happens there in a little bit. But we get to talking to her, and then he's like, there's something that's been bothering me for a while. We haven't had anybody we could really trust to tell us things about this. So what happened with the queen dying? And then this made her upset. In a very sad fury, as we all probably nearly died from her attacks, but we each went to one of her hyperfixations to get her attention and calm her down.
Just to make sure that you guys know, because I did feel that you guys sort of felt it at the end of the fight last time. You guys could have fought them. They didn't feel like they were insurmountable. They just felt like they were strong.
Yeah.
They have HP.
No, man, don't
They
eat my
have
friend.
HP.
No, stop that.
Just letting you know.
Yes, I know, but listen. If we don't have to choose violence, then we don't have to choose violence.
I was really willing to choose violence.
I
but
just
no
want to
one-
take a moment to describe that Zion held my art pen like a dog holding a stick.
Yeah, but you want them to choose violence, not have violence thrust upon them.
Yeah.
It's not as fun.
Yeah.
Not fun putting down a rabbit animal.
Now we're here, and we know apparently that somebody should be coming here soon.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that be Acheron or the good Dr. God. Very good Dr. God.
He's as good as Doctor as the real god.
There you go. You can have 2 little hero dice. Good job.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you,
And I
thank you
believe
very
that is everything that I can personally remember.
Look at evil Stinky here. Oh, you show
Evil Stinky.
You show evil
Stinky Winky.
Mr. Boa. Yes. You guys came to this area. As you did, you were able to subdue them slightly. They do not seem like they're in the best of positions at the moment with everything that went on. They are just now coming off of things. They might have questions for you, or they may do something else. Who's to say? Before we get into that, though, there is one very important thing we have to get through. Zarel,
What's up?
when would you have attempted to give them your s'more?
As soon as I was physically able to.
Okay. We will say we're gonna go back to the very beginning where they were just showing themselves in the little bad place, and right as you guys let them out, you're like, hey, here.
Open your mouth.
Open it.
Don't worry about it. Ooh.
I mostly wanted to know because as you would give it to her, she would not hesitate to absolutely destroy that thing.
Hell yeah.
As you would hand that over to them, Zarel. Again, everything that happened last time will have happened. If unfortunately, I don't think you saw everything that went down, but brief summary is what you got from Emerald. But they have mostly just been very trusting and very nonchalant about all the water.
I mean, I agree. I love water.
Exactly. Everything's fine. And as you give them this, and they seem to stop as all of you guys are in the middle of talking to them or in the middle of everything going down, they do again just absolutely tear fucking shit into this thing. You guys know this thing is about the size of a sandwich. They eat that thing very quickly. As the reason I bring that up is because whenever you guys would have came in here, Zarel, since the others were looking about at everything, and you probably would have hated that tube of goop.
I hate goop.
You do hate goop. I would bring this to you. Would you go ahead and give me because you no longer have a -3 in it, give me an insight check, please.
I never thought I'd be able to do this. We really do live in a society. You know what? Fuck it. I don't ever put this into Inzeride. Why not? Whatever. Let's see.
Oh my goodness.
My God.
I want to see if I can find a single bottle of water.
Roll me one more time,
I can
please.
give you a 9.
Roll me one more time, please.
Oh, okay. All right. So just remember the 6 for later. Okay, 11. So I can do you a 14, 12.
12. You will find
12.
as you watch everybody doing their thing, and as they are getting sort of a little bit of an explanation of that side, you staying away from it would have looked over toward this little kitchenette area.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, I'm gonna bring the full version of it over here for you.
The full kitchenette?
No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. There it is. You would find, as you look at the large area that would normally house food and drink and whatnot, it is bare as fuck.
Oh.
There is nothing in the cabinets. The bags themselves do not look as if they contain much of anything. You find that all of the jars that are on the top of the thing are empty.
Licked clean.
The only thing in the room that isn't completely showing itself to be an empty food thing is there does appear to be a large cabinet with like these bluish electronic handles. However, when you look over to it, it looks as if it is some kind of either heater or smoker like area. You would also find it is also empty. There is absolutely zero food in that area.
That's concerning.
There is not crumbs of food in that area.
I was looking for crumbs. There's nothing. The ants took it. And then the ants died.
It is around then that you would have made your way over, because you would have saw they would leave that place. You got there around the time when they were talking about them connecting their enchanting table to the electronic fucking tube thingy, and it's how funny that is. You find that they talk about their glass art that was back there that they made because they're very talented and they're talented at everything, but you know, they're bored of that. They don't really want to mess with that. They tell you about the large computer that apparently has a whole bunch of crazy stuff on it. You guys can't really read what is on it, not because it's in a different language, but because it is very technical. The things that are on the side of it there. They explain that is where the other one that comes down here usually does their work. You guys would think that other one to be Boa, the one that you had met in Cocklecot's place, the one that goes by God. And finally, you were brought over to the area here with the toe paintings. During the fight that happened here, because what was mentioned about the queen was still mentioned. During that fight, I believe that Zarel, you were mostly trying to defend people with literally almost 0 health.
Yeah, so yeah, everything's canon. Nothing has been different.
No, I just wanted to make sure that we knew what all you would have seen that would have been differentiating from what everybody else saw. As we get to the end of this, they have calmed down. Both Muna and Hibiki would make their way back over, feet painted. Not really knowing what to do about that. But
so how do I wash this off?
there's a bath there. They point to the other side of the room over. Nope, that's way too big. Yeah. You would find there's a large tub as well as what appears to be, again, a very modern toilet. Also has a cut chair.
All right. Before I go, do you need a hug?
No, thank you.
All right. I'll have the offer open when I'm back.
They look beyond where Zarel and Gilgamesh are. Hibiki, you would have made your way over to that area. As they look beyond them, they start walking over toward where their bed is. Do any of you do anything as they're doing that?
You're going to sit and wait for them, right?
They do not respond. They make their way over. As they do, they go and pull the lever, and then they step in and sit on where their bed is and grab onto the orb that is there.
The orb.
As they pulled the lever, they had just enough time to get in there whenever the shutters on this thing slam closed.
That was magical in any real way.
Whenever it slammed, it seemed very heavy, but it doesn't seem like it was magical.
I still don't know what's supposed to stop it from breaking out.
I have to agree, this is... I suppose that kind of information takes a toll on someone.
I feel like a real fucking asshole now.
Why?
Because of what just happened, and it's being my fault.
I would think it would have been the assassin's fault.
Well, maybe we can't always understand how people might react to any different situation. You did what you did at the time. What you can do now is the future. We can't take back the past.
Yeah.
They look like, as you guys look over to them, they lay down for a bit. They may be wanting to be slightly alone for a little bit of time. You don't know when they're going to be ready to make their way out, or even if they can leave immediately. But at the same time, this does give you guys a chance to look around the area. Muna, you would have made your way into this place, and as you do, you would find that the water here seems to be extremely clear as far as the bath is concerned. You note that there is magic seemingly coming from the water here. It looks as if the water is at a near perfect temperature whenever you make your way to it.
Oh, just the way I like it.
You make your way over. You clean off your feet. As you go to clean off your feet, I would like to know, is there anything you guys would like to do or like to look around at while you are here? Or do you want to just immediately go to them and try to get them to talk to you or come out?
At first, Muna was going to, but she does see that she's spending time with the orb and decides maybe best not to push myself right now.
You would make your way back over to the others then. But yes.
He'll go wash off his feet now.
Hibiki, you make your way over to it. Again, you find
Yeah.
whenever you go there and you go to look inside the water, there is no signs of the paint that Muna had washed off.
And you're also lucky I didn't go with my initial idea of taking the full bath.
As you put
I
your
mean,
feet
he
in,
wouldn't
you
have stopped you.
as
He
you
wouldn't
put
have gone in to check.
as you put your feet in, you wash them off, and then you make your way out. Again, as you look back to it, it looks as if the paint just sort of leaves. Like it does not seem like it stays in the water at all.
That's some interesting magic.
The kitchen still bothers me.
The kitchen?
It's empty. It's completely empty. I'm assuming it was eaten away naturally. That's how supplies work.
All of you remember the same thing that Zarel would have seen earlier of the attacking the fuck out of the s'more.
Mm. How often did she say that they're supposed to come visit her?
Whenever you guys were talking to them on the computer before, they were saying that they do come and check on them every month.
And they've been late this time, essentially.
Nope, they're supposedly running right on schedule. It should be tonight that they come.
How does she run out of food before they're back? I mean, I assume that they're bringing food to her every month. That's a lot of food to bring in a month, though.
Well, to be fair, the entire apocalypse scenario has not been lasting a month.
They're apparently right on schedule, though. Unless she's been sharing her food with other people that have come by.
I don't know if there's anyone else. It was clean. It was licked clean. I'm gonna tell you that much.
From what you remember talking to the statue about, only 2 people have ever came here, other than the prisoner, in the last several years.
And I think Gilgamesh would investigate the food area then.
Gilgamesh, you make your way.
Something's not quite right, and I know what stocked up food looks like.
You make your way over toward the food. Is anybody going to go with Gilgamesh, or do you guys want to go somewhere else?
I need to go investigate food quests.
Okay.
This shit bothers me specifically.
Now, it might be very
sorry.
technical, but he would like to try to glean something from this.
Yeah, you can make your way over toward the room that Dr. Boa usually makes their way through. Definitely. What about you, Moon?
Muna's going to go back here, investigate the tube and the table. I hurt myself. Ow. Litwick, are you okay? Oh, Poe, are you okay?
We'll get to you in just a minute then. First things first. Zarel and Gilgamesh, you guys make your way into the kitchen. As I have mentioned with Zarel, you look into the bags. You find that the bags are stuffed with what appears to be different kinds of packaging and other things for food, like boxes and things of that nature. Nothing like moldy, nothing like actual food itself, just packaging, plastics and cardboards
Thing
and
where
whatnot.
food would be.
But no food. Again, similar to that like electronic smoker / microwavy kind of thing off to the corner, which you can't see here, but you can see if you look over in this slightly.
I see it.
It is completely empty. It does seem to be functional, but it is completely empty. And again, every single jar here looks as if it is clean, as if somebody has cleaned these things with either water or, I don't know, fucking Pooh Beared it out with their hand. I don't know.
Well, there's water right here.
But yes,
Yeah.
there is no sign of any kind of food in this place. Not only that, but again, Gilgamesh, now that you are in here, roll me for your insight, please.
Eyes go.
You have a +2.
Yeah. E. 12.
You gain no new information. It's still the same thing you got that that Zarel got whenever they came in here as well.
So pantry's empty, jars are clean, bags are full of refuse.
Mm-hmm.
And a lick of food.
It almost looks as if this was never filled out in the first place.
Zarel, give me one more roll, because this is your second time coming in here.
Second, Zarel. Go, Zarel. Your beautiful eyes, which don't do very well, but you know, whatever.
Let's fuck it.
I can
It's
give
a
you a 0.
That's a 0.
You know what?
Zarel.
Fuck it. Reroll that. Let's see what happens.
Fuck it. Fuck it.
I am doing the mystery of the quest of the kitchen.
Kitchen quest. Let's go.
I can
Is it
give you
4?
2.
Roll me one more time, please.
Use fucking God.
If I can roll over a 10, it's a hit for Zarel.
It's 5.
5.
You gain no new information. The two of you look around this place, this barren little kitchenette area. You can ask them about it whenever they are available to talk, if you'd like. Or you can bring one of the others over here to see if they can figure something out.
Mom, help.
Their appetite is either as ravenous as mine, or they don't give her enough.
Well, if they were ravenous, this place wouldn't look so weirdly pristine.
Better than what I usually leave behind, I suppose.
Or I suppose we could always ask someone's, that.
Akron should be able to carry a town's worth of food. And the other one, ugh, and that's what they do. These are middling. Even if it would have rationed, I don't think. I'm not sure what's supposed to be in these things. I like having real food in front of me.
Gilgamesh, give me one more roll just because of what you just said.
Yeah, okay.
I would put so much into
This
it
is
if
the
I
last
physically
roll.
could.
This is the last one.
This is my last chance at happening.
2 hungry
Well, that's
boys
seriously just-
investigate a kitchen.
We hungry. We're doing the Scooby and Shaggy thing. Who's who? Who knows?
That's a 19.
Let's
21.
That's much better than the numbers before.
Roll me 3 more times, because you roll me 4 more times.
Crit
Fish for that 20.
maximum
Fish for that
kitchen.
20.
I'll just roll mine out of the way. So that's
If
all
you get
my
a, if you
hearts,
get a
and then-
20, then I'll knight you.
Okay.
Last one.
Come on, do it.
No knighting.
Did it again.
No knighting.
It was super close though.
Only
21.
19
Gilgamesh,
now.
as you're saying this, as you are checking out the jars in particular, as you're like, whatever's in here, you give him a little hiff. As you do, you notice when you pick it up and smell into it, it smells clean as if somebody had cleaned it. However, when you look back down to put it back on the table, you notice a ring around where this would be. It is at that point you notice a fine layer of dust has settled on the table.
He just puts the jar on a different spot on the table and just runs his hand across it.
You find as you have done this, a line appears where you move that. There is again a fine layer of dust on this table.
He goes back to the cabinets and just does the same thing.
You make your way to the cabinet. As you do, you bring your hand across it. Zarel, you watch as he does this. Gilgamesh just brings a hand over and swipes as again a fine layer of dust is wiped away.
No. What?
There has not been food on these shelves for a while.
Even I'm not immune to this one.
That doesn't
Yes.
sound right.
Dust doesn't settle unless nothing's happened for a long. My experience, months of inactivity, but still.
How long have they been here again?
Who's to say? They never leave.
You know it's at
Practically a
least
decade.
been a decade. It has
In
at least
total
been
time,
10
it's-
years because them not knowing about what happened
Yeah.
to the queen.
10 years on this planet, however long that is.
We need to get her out.
Obvious. That was not the plan.
I'm just reconfirming it.
I suppose it has been interrupted. I had all the intention of beating her before we did, but
The beacon still is a problem, though. Apparently, we are expecting company. Though suddenly, I don't think I want to be there when they get here.
I would like to be here when they get here. If it's that god one, I wish to break him in half. If it's Akron, I would also wish to break him in half.
But I might ask a question or two first.
He doesn't have anything on the.
No, it's Earl who goes, you might ask a question or two first?
If I remember.
Alright.
It's like Zoro's like, must remember to ask questions before Gilgamesh goes to attack.
I would write it in my hand if I had anything to write it with.
We'll leave you guys there for a second, as we are going to go to Muna.
Hello.
Muna, you have made your way over toward the tube, as we see here, so we can see more of the room. To the right of the tube are those little tubes, little mini tubes, that seems to have come off from the area. You guys remember that being a thing that seems to be, from what Gilgamesh had seen, some kind of life energy or life magic. As you look to the station beside of it, you notice that again, it does not look like it's supposed to be in here, but from what Night Fury had said, it was its magic is connected to the energy of the tube because they needed to have a big amount of energy to even work with it. You can tell that there is a strange bit of magic coming off of it, but you've already been in a place very similar. It feels like a mix of magic and something else, similarly to how the area at the top of the mountain was when you guys did your morphing stuff. As for the tube itself, currently it is completely empty. However, it does seem to fill up whenever someone goes into there. Whatever that life energy stuff on the side is, looks very similar to the goop you guys had saw up at the top of the mountain that was filling the tubes that were there, as well as were somewhat frozen on one of the operating tables, if you remember. As you inspect this area, is there anything you'd like to do?
This is the crafting table over here, right?
It is a enchanting table from what people had said.
Enchanting, sorry.
You want to make your way over
She's-
to it?
Yeah, she's going to see what she can glean from the kind of enchantments she does or anything like that, if there's evidence of that.
As you make your way over, you don't know exactly what these were used for. However, you do note that it seems to be made more of a more for show than much of anything. Whoever made it, which you know to be the Night Fury, made it to look good. It definitely could use a bit more chaos, you would think. Magic itself, as far as how you would usually use it in your world, isn't as textbook as some of the magic you've seen here. This looks like it could do some enchantments, some probably strong ones, but nothing that would classify as the black magics you were capable of back on your world.
Well, I don't know much about the tube or the energy. I'll have to show the others later, but let's see what you have.
Do you want to attempt to do something with this thing?
she's going to try to just do some basic enchantments, see what she has around, and just kind of
seems
see
as if-
what she can do for when she's feeling better, and she could probably show her more.
It seems as if to use this, you have to place something atop of it.
Well, probably the bowl then.
What would you like to place on top?
Oh, I was thinking the ball, but no, that wouldn't make sense.
The orb.
The orb. She's going to put her fire orb there to test.
You could definitely do that. As you place the fire orb on top of the enchanting table, you do find you feel like you can pull the fire enchant out of this.
Oh. Going to go to Hibiki.
Well,
Oh,
let's
boy.
go to Hibiki first then. Let's see what Hibiki was doing before you made your way.
Yeah.
Hibiki.
So
Yeah.
You make your way into the room. Again, I will show you guys the room, but remember that it is not supposed to say the things that are on the thing.
I know.
Let me find the dang thing.
It's okay. I still can't read.
Oh, do I not have it out here because I didn't want
I
the
don't
thing?
think we ever actually examined it. that
Either
hard.
way, it says some weird shit on there, but don't worry, it's not actually
I'm not
what's on
gonna
there.
worry about
As
that. I'm
you
only
look to the
listening to
thing,
you.
as you look to the large area here, it seems like looking at the technology that this is made up of, it seems far more alien to you than any of the technology you've seen in this world. As you look it over and as you begin to try to mess with it, the buttons on it are very large. A lot of them look as if they not only can be pressed in, but also turned. A lot of them seem to be color coded as well. As you look to the actual screen itself, it has a list of information, most of which seem to imply some kind of regulation. Maybe it's for the heat of the pool or for something else. The text in it is very long, very, very imprecise. Roll me for your experience, please. You are literally the only
Alrighty.
person I would probably let look at this.
All right,
That
Hibiki,
is-
did you ever try Linux? Good luck.
Nico, that
What?
is why I made this character. He wasn't supposed to be the smart one. He was supposed to be the tactical-ish savvy one.
The one that can turn on the computer off and
The
on
one that
again.
can turn the computer off and
He
on.
does computers.
Do I sacrifice my card for more points? No, I'm gonna let it rip. I believe in my power of deduction.
That's pretty good. You got
That
a
is
plus one,
18
that's
plus
18
6.
plus 6, yeah. You look it over. As you do, you start to notice correlations between the information you see on the screen and the different buttons you have in front of you. As you start pressing some of the ones to start changing some of the colors around, you begin scrolling down from the information that you see in front of you that you can't make really heads or tails of until you get to something you can make heads or tail of. You find what appears to be, as you're just scrolling through, a name that you recognize. Siphius. As you stop there, you begin looking to what the area around it seems to be talking about. You can't, again, make heads or tails of what the actual, like, techno jargon means, but you do note that upon looking at the different paragraphs and things around the area, it seems to be in an area that seems to be regulating the tube. Something about Siphius and that tube. If you remember from what you've learned previously, Siphius also used to be the Night Fury before Night Fury was.
So if I had to guess, he is just he didn't update the names of the code in order to take out energy from the person who has the fury in them. That's what I'm
Maybe,
gathering.
but you don't really know. As you continue to scroll, you got like a 26 or something, around 24,
24.
24. You find, as you look through, you do find other names as you go through. One thing that you do find as you make your way through it, you find his name. You find Dr. Hestus in there, which is again odd because he goes by God a lot, but he does not have any mention of God in this in any of this text. You also find the name Whisper. That is one thing that you're noticing. They seem to be using it in the context of a name. Again, all of this seems to be within the same regulations of the room with the tube in it. As you are thinking on it, as you're going through, Muna makes their way to you.
Hibiki, I want to use your chain. You're welcome.
Does Hibiki even have a chain anymore?
It broke into iron.
Oh. Well,
Did you hand her a single iron ingot?
do you have something I could use? One of your weapons?
I guess I have the gummy ring. That thing's probably gonna break soon anyway. Maybe you can get something out of that.
Give it here.
Okay.
That
He will
is
hand
your
off the
that
gummy.
is your magic focus. Are you fine handing that over?
I am fine with that. I have the gun. I have the
You have the
knife.
gun. You're
I have
fine.
gun.
Oh, here you go. Poe can look at the games on the computer. Bye.
You
How
take
do
the
you
gun
know
away.
that that's a thing that's possible? But I swear, Poe, she has such weird
Gummy
information.
ring.
I read it in a book once.
You make your way over. At this point, you have done nothing with the thing yet. What would you like to try to
keep
do,
you
Moon?
Fire Orb. Going to try enchanting the ring.
Are you doing anything with the fire orb?
Isn't that what's enchanting, or how's that working?
That currently is what you have on the table.
Okay, I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
When you put the fire orb on the table, it felt as if you could remove the enchantment from it. I said nothing about transferring the enchantment.
Oh. I misunderstood. I was thinking I could enchant things to be fire. Well, shit.
Do you want to try to remove the enchantment from the fire orb?
No, I like fire. But Mickey's ring on the I'm kidding.
I mean, he said go for whatever you're doing with the ring.
I was gonna make it a fire ring. But that doesn't seem to be an option. Let's see, what else do I have? I have Flame Wand, something called Horse.
That's the horse stuff you got from the... It is literally the piece of evidence that we now have of the experimentations that Dr. Hestus did on the mountain, essentially. But you took it for unknown reasons to us.
I forget the reason, so I'll figure that out later.
Essence of horse.
Let's see if there's anything in the Stitch doll. Remove the orb, put Stitch doll on, see if I can feel anything.
Let me find your Stitch doll real quick. Right. As you place the Stitch doll on the thing, you will find that it does react to the Stitched doll, but it doesn't feel like you can enchant it.
Ooh. Alright, let's see what we got here. Time to play around. Ooh, this is so much fun, maybe I'll get a familiar.
Maybe I can collect a new familiar. I have so little of those.
Yeah. I only have 7.
As I said, it seems to react when you put it on, but it doesn't seem like you can enchant it at all.
It's going to experiment around to see if she can figure out what she can do with it.
What do you mean experiment? Because again, the only thing that has happened so far is when you place something on it, something seems to happen. That's all that you've gotten so far from this thing. Again, as I mentioned to you before, this thing does not feel like it is chaotic magic. This isn't something that's like, oh, I can do whatever. This seems to have a specific purpose.
Try disenchanting the doll.
You cannot, as I...
You said I
It is-
cannot enchant the doll.
It doesn't work. Because the doll
Okay.
is not enchanted.
The fact it reacts is interesting.
Yeah.
How many charges do I have on the flame wand? Gonna put the flame wand on.
You put
The
the flame
flame-
wand on the thing. As you take the Stitch doll off, you put the flame doll on, or not the flame doll. You put the flame wand on. It does seem as if you can take the flame enchantment off of the wand if you want.
All right. I'll try it with the wand before I try anything too funny.
You're gonna remove the flame enchantment off the wand.
Yes.
Okay. As you remove the flame enchantment off the wand, you find the wand does, in fact, turn rather mundane. As the flame enchantment is removed, you find as soon as it does, the area around the thing where all the green light seems to be showing turns red. But the wand itself, while it is still a magic wand and is still a catalyst, it does not have any different properties now.
So it's red now.
Mm-hmm.
Going to remove the wand for a second to see if the red is still there.
It is still there.
Now put the Stitch doll on.
It does not seem like you can enchant the Stitch doll.
I wanted my own Tibbers, okay? Tibbers!
What's wrong with mundane things? Shut up, mundane Jen.
Okay, so what can I do with now that it has fire? Doesn't seem like it transferred the enchantment. Is it stuck here, or perhaps looks to the energy source jar things? Maybe
Again,
I need one of those.
Nothing there seems to be doing much. However, it does seem to be connected with that in some way. Currently, it does not look like you can. It does not look like whenever you put the. For example, let me just fix this for you. If you put the wand back on it, it does not look like you can put the flame enchant back in.
No, I understand.
Yeah,
that.
I'm making sure just to cut it out before
now
anything happens.
they're looking at the things here that are blocked by the wall and going, maybe I need a thing like that to store the fire that I got out.
And again, those things have nothing to do with the enchanting table.
Well done.
The enchanting table is something that Night Fury put in here. It was not something that was originally here.
Well, I know that, but still. There must be something I could do with this. I don't want to bother her, but maybe it's an interest to her as well. All right, just gonna have to do it.
We are gonna leave you there. We're gonna go back to Hibiki. Hibiki, the only thing you have figured out here so far is that you are on a section of the information here that has something to do with regulating the tube. You have found a few names in there, but again, most of the techno jargon is still going over your head, despite the great roll you had.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because once again, it's difficult to wrap your hand around so much technical talk.
Yeah.
It's also
Does
green.
any
It's
of
also
it
green text on green background.
Yeah. And while, of course, I love the color, or shades of color of green, that's still hard to fucking look at. So stepping away for that for a second to, you know, rest my fucking eyes from the eyesore that is. I guess initially, what is this table?
This seems to be a table that is connected with the area next to it. It does not look as if there is much there. There does appear to be some kind of a lever.
He will, I guess, pull the lever?
You want to pull the random lever you found?
No. No, I feel like I made some kind of mistake.
Is that a lever?
I'll press the lever.
No, I feel like I've said something wrong somehow.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh. Look over to this table instead.
You find when you make your way to that table, most things here seem rather mundane. There are a couple of different kinds of items that are along there. Most of them beakers and different kind of containers. You find that there is what appears to be a container that has a glowing blue liquid in it, very similar to the glowing blue that is coming from the vials in the other room. Which, again, Gilgamesh seemed to think contains some kind of life energy or life essence. There's also, apparently, as you look to it, there appears to be a label on it.
Oh, he'll pick it up and read what the label says.
You pick it up. As you do, you look at it. As you see, it seems to have the label Fury. You also find that most of the jar is empty, despite the shine basically going through the entire jar.
Obviously, I don't know shit about chemical stuff, but what the fuck was he using it for if he's already used that much of it? Wait, why would he just leave it here mostly used then?
Who knows? All I know is this is not the correct music for here.
This is not the correct music at all, no.
Also, it was only bothering me and only me, but I'm changing what I said about Poe. Poe would like to see the shiny lights. I'm going to say that instead of what I said earlier.
Sure.
That's the retcon.
What about the other chemicals? Do they have labels?
You do find that there are two other jars on there that has some kind of liquid into it. The jar that seems to be giving off a yellow bit of light seems mostly out of it. There is a slight bit of it in there that seems to have maybe molded slightly. It doesn't look like it is in use at all. The green one, as you look to it, seems to have some kind of mist-like substance in it. As you look to the green mist-like substance, you find that it is full, but it's also like smoke / mist, so it's technically not full, but you know. So one has like a fine layer of yellow mold, the other has a green mist. Remember which character you're playing, just in case.
I know.
Just in case mold gave you. Just in case mold made you lick your lips at all. Just making sure.
If only Marco were here. Because of the colors, does he think the third one, the green one's the product of mixing the two of those? With how it's set up like that?
It might, though you're not sure exactly how it would have got to that substance. I will say, looking to it, it seems to have a very brighter color, but it does seem to somewhat remind you about that that gas-like mist you guys had seen in the prison. Only again with a much more vibrant green color. you know that was being created or at least manipulated by Hades.
I do like Hades.
Interesting. And then looking around, is there
Nothing
any
else.
within this area, is there any storage for other chemicals that could have been here?
There does not appear to be anything else in this room.
Okay. Interesting.
It looks like he has the one room and he does all of his things in this room and doesn't really bring a lot of stuff here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can you imagine working with a person near you that is starved for attention and any kind of people pleasing, just looking over your shoulder the entire time you're doing your weird mad science?
I just assumed he would do this when she's knocked out from or in the tube.
Get in the tube so I can work.
Get in the tubes, I need to work. And I
Get in
can't
the tube, girl!
But yeah, that is everything that's in this room. Unless you want to peruse the data some more, it doesn't seem like a lot of it is something you can use. But it does seem like, from what you could tell, there appears to be a section inside of here for each of the rooms here.
Each of the rooms.
Yes, the only one that really matters much are the rooms that have technology in them, because obviously. Yeah, the one that has the main section of it does appear to be the tube room, but there is another one for the room you're currently in, as well as the room beside of it with the heckin' computer, and there's one for the room over in here where it has the heater.
Interesting. What about this one? What about this one?
Not
over
technology, that's about this thing. If you
Okay.
remember, this thing is what is
I remember.
putting that wall up.
Here? Well, he does a lot of mixing of tech and magic. I figured I'd ask.
I'm just letting you know.
I guess he'll try to see if he can find another common word among all this stuff, because it's like this, whatever this essence thing of fury is, it's got to have a name, right?
Which room are you looking at? Which room's data are you looking at?
The tube rooms data.
There's not a lot more you feel you can get from that room
Okay,
with the
then this
24 that
room's
you have
data.
rolled before.
Then he'll
With this
prep
room,
this
go ahead
room's.
and roll me experience. I am most likely going to push time forward a little bit as you are looking through here,
I
we
would
will get to
assume
that.
so.
but we will get to that in a minute.
Put in another one of these. Come on, give me that tasty H. Oh,
Roll me one more time.
thank you, chat. Chat help.
That's 12. You're not
That's
getting
12.
you're not getting a lot from this room. This room seems to be, out of all of them, the one that has the most techno jargon.
Damn.
As you are going through, however, we are gonna say the area will move forward. Zarel and Gilgamesh, you guys will be moving your way out to potentially grab one of the others to look at different things. Muna, you make your way over to where Night Fury is. Night Fury appears to not be facing anyone. They are on their bed, holding on to their orb.
The orb.
Hey, honey. Do you mind if I come in for a second?
They do not respond.
I was just at your enchanting table, and I found it quite fascinating. It's not a magic I'm used to. I'm much more chaotic with it. I managed to get a fire essence in there, but I don't know what to do with it. I can't put it back in. I can't turn this doll into a demon. I'm sorry. How about I come back a different time?
They have seemingly not responded. Muna, roll me for your insight, please.
All right. Do. 12.
They appear to be
plus-
asleep.
Wow, that is some good silent sleeping.
As you look to them, they seem to be very much comforted by holding on to this orb, this glorb, this golden orb. They are apparently asleep.
I'm jealous. For someone like her, I also expected. Makes me feel almost bad. Do I snore?
Roll me
I've got the
for your
others.
magic, please.
All right. I was like, where's that music coming from? It's bothering me. Then I realized, oh, it's Yomebot. It's not actually bothering me. It's just so
Which one of my
silent on
tabs
my
is
end.
it? Oh, wait.
13 plus 7. You feel, as you're watching them, you do feel a faint amount of magic coming from the orb. You're not sure what it is, but when you were looking at it last time, there didn't seem to be this magic coming from it. There may actually be a reason why they are so comfortable with this thing around them. But again, you can't really tell from out here. Maybe it's something to ask them when they wake up.
Well, and if they don't wake up in a reasonable time, then I'll be more forceful. But maybe the magic is good. Don't make bad assumptions.
Gilgamesh and Zarel, you guys would make your way out from the kitchen after learning about the bit of dust that was coming off from it. You can see where both Hibiki and Muna are.
See, okay, first of all, whether you're just calling it a bit of dust and not the implications.
The implications.
It's just some dust, you know.
You know the implication.
The implication
The
that there's probably
Rammies,
not been anything in there for like a couple weeks or whatever. Who cares?
A couple of weeks?
Could be a month or more.
Who knows?
Have they been feeding her people, dude? Like, that's not...
It's fine. There's so much water around. She probably filled her feeds.
You can't distract me. I'm gonna talk to... Just gonna walk over to Muna.
Gilgamesh, are you gonna go to Muna or are you gonna go anywhere else? Muna, you find that the two of them make their way to you as you are leaving the cage area.
She's going to see them and do a kind of silencing kind of motion. She took it herself out. At least I hope that's the case.
You want to move away from the area?
Yeah,
Anyway.
Let's go by the pool. I want to wet my feet again.
You make your way over to the pool. As you do, Zarel, Gilgamesh, Muna, looking into it. I wish I had a better fucking angle of it. I really, really do. But you can tell that there is a slight area here that is almost like a platform-like place that is very shallow water. It seems to be
good,
it seems to be an area. It seems to be an area where you could probably sit and be somewhat submerged, but not like up to like your head or anything. The rest of it over here, the rest of everything here seems to have an area around it where it looks like the water even goes under this area because you can see like little pillars beneath it.
Yeah, this is some deep ass water.
You also can see that there is a fine mist coming up from it, which does give you a feeling of this is definitely hot water. This is not like warm water. This is not like anything like this is like almost hot spring-esque water.
Muna's just going to step aside here and do the legs out kind of thing. Now,
We have anxious things to talk about while in the water.
There we go.
I just hope my fire enchantment doesn't go out so soon.
You're doing a fire enchantment? By the way, move more to the right. I kind of want to. There you go. That's good for me. Oh yeah.
Are you gonna go into
shimmy.
Are you gonna go into the deeper area?
Yeah. I'm a big
Zarel,
boy.
you will find as you get to the deeper area, you look down, you can even go underneath the area you were just sitting on. It looks as if the water below you is around maybe like 15 feet. It is decently deep.
I could leave this party and never go back. Well, this is quite deep. Muna, if a moment of your time, which I mean, I guess you have to because you're talking to us.
Yes.
We were checking the kitchen just right now, and something that Gilgamesh should put it out that I had missed when I looked at it. We don't believe that food has been available here for quite some time.
What do you mean?
There's dust everywhere.
Oh. Then how's she been?
We cut back to this more again.
I would surmise she hasn't.
Well, that's
Seems like
another
it's-
question. How is she alive?
Well, that was my initial question, but yes.
Most creatures can live quite a long time without food. It's water they need.
You got plenty of that.
But
Well, I did know
a decade of that.
Maybe she's been eating
That
fish.
is not a decade's worth of dust. I know a decade's worth of dust.
What would you estimate the amount of dust to be? A couple of bumps?
Gilgamesh,
Mhm.
I would like you to roll me for your experience.
Okay.
Out of everyone here, you are the only one probably battle hungry enough to maybe get this.
Probably. 13. At least that's a 17 total. Let's see. Can we go one more? 19. Yeah.
With a 19,
Right. Yeah.
you think back to whenever you were fighting. You were the only person that actually got a hit on them. No one else was trying to hurt them. You did remember getting that hit on them, however. You note how resilient they were. However, you also note what they did with Hibiki and what they did with Zarel and what they almost did with you. Whenever you had tried to knock them up, they didn't move. They were solid. This person, if they have been potentially starved, you can only imagine how strong they are whenever they're actually at their best.
He looks contemplative for a second. This would not have been a satisfactory fight in the end.
I mean, I agree, but why do you say that?
She's starved. Weak.
I suppose that would track, yes.
Zarel
A
of the pool,
dwarven
what is your
companion
wisdom?
of mine would be sad. I'm kidding.
Zarel of the pool, what is your wisdom?
This is fucked up.
Well, if she's starved, then she's not at her peak. Which means the glimpse we saw was something desperate and ravenous.
Then is she being starved to stop her?
Perhaps. I've known humans to be cruel like that to beasts. Never did care for them. But who's to say?
Hibiki, you've looked into both of these rooms. You know that the others are talking behind you.
Yeah, he would probably turn his attention to them and go over to them
Okay.
at this point.
You make your way out and over to them. You see that Zarel is in the pool. The others are around. You get here around this point that they're talking about them being starved.
Starved, huh? That's insane to think. She's still really strong.
Wait,
Yeah.
the only thing that comes to mind is it's some sort of, what, containment measure?
Pathetic.
She never said that she couldn't eat anything, or that she wasn't allowed to.
She does have a kitchen.
Did they,
She
are
has
they
a whole
feeding her
fucking kitchen
something
for it,
else?
so-
It's feed her. Clearly, there's just not enough. I can only imagine she's more than capable of getting her own food from the forest and swamp around here.
If she were
Surely there
allowed to
must be
leave.
wildlife. There's literally nothing really stopping besides her. What's it called?
Loyalty.
Devotion.
Devotion.
Same difference.
Hibiki, do you want to bring up anything you found?
What is important to share with them about the information that I found that they would actually understand?
Apparently, Siphius has been brought up a couple of times here, but other than that,
Yeah.
there's some
Siphius
mold if
was-
you want to eat it.
There's mold, but nah.
Hmm.
Siphius' name is brought up a couple of times in on that computer over there, relating to the tube, as well as another name, Whisper. But if I had to assume, that would potentially be her name, but I'm not sure entirely.
It's at least her or someone else, it's just not exactly narrowing it down, but
You had even more pawns in this.
did they put like Siphia's in here too?
I could assume, that much being true. They'd have to, I guess, potentially, they would have needed this place even longer than that, if that's the case, if they needed to regulate fury.
It's still
One of the beakers over there that has the blue stuff in it was labeled fury, which I assume isn't the name, but the substance.
the life magic.
There's also a yellow one, but it didn't really have a label on it, but it seemed more like mold. And a green
Mold.
misty one that was full. I didn't open it.
These containers, where were they?
It almost seemed like the tortured innocents from the
Not the
dungeon.
tortured innocents, the stuff that was holding the tortured innocents.
Oh, the
the
stuff
mist.
holding the
The
tortured
mist.
Yeah, the
innocents,
mist.
the mist.
that Hades
But,
was using.
but more green.
Yeah.
And Dr.
Yep.
Hestus seems to refer to himself as Hestus instead of God in his tech stuff, so it's like, who knows, maybe this God thing's a little bit more recent.
Well, it would make sense if it's more recent with, everything going on.
Do you want to show them where it was? Because I think Gilgamesh asked where it was.
He'll point over to the table over here.
Do you guys want to make your way over to that room?
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Hey,
Let's go witness the
let's go.
horrors, yay!
Everyone, you make your way over into this part of the room. I'll move Muna since Muna doesn't want to move.
No moving. from-
Mover.
No.
Also, that has a lever on it. Don't pull it. We don't know what it does.
Thorell immediately
You
goes
can't
back
just
down.
say that.
As you guys bring yourselves over, you do find that you show them where the 3 vials are, as well as all of the empty vials and other things that are over here. Muna, this reminds you somewhat of how you would do either chemistry or potion making back home, but again, you don't really know what any of these things are. Muna, in particular, is the only person that can potentially figure something out here, which is why I was wanting them to come over here. Muna,
Please, Muna, help with your magic eyes.
roll me for your experience.
Muna, help.
All right, let's see what we got here.
Muna, help.
Wait, Muna, do the thing. Do that thing where you use all your fucking
That's a
reroll
2.
tokens.
That's a 2, Muna. Unfortunate.
Why didn't you put anything into it, Muna? What the fuck?
Unfortunate. As you guys are seeing the 3 vials in front of you. At this point, not a lot else is really jumping at you. You were a little bit late, Jen. Sorry.
Rip.
Rip.
Do I get a reroll for the colorful feet pick?
There are no reroll tokens to be had.
God damn it.
We have fun here.
Anyway. Look. I guess. This looks like something Blood would have set up.
Hmm.
He just starts reaching for one of the vials.
Which one of the 3 are you grabbing?
He's gonna grab the green one.
You grab the green vial that seems to be full of some kind of a mist or smoke-like substance.
Muna will grab the other.
There are 3.
There's a
One
mold
of
one,
the
the
three.
screen, and the life magic looking one.
Let's go for
Then you grab
This
the green
one.
one.
They've already got the green one.
Yeah.
right. This one.
You want the blue one?
Yeah.
Muna, roll me again.
Muna, I believe in you. Please.
You have one
much
fleeting.
You have one
Yes.
fleeting. Do you want any of your other stuff?
They've
into
already
it?
started rolling.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's an
Oh.
8.
Yeah, that's 8.
Let's do a nat 20 though.
That would have been really funny.
You hold the vial.
Man, I really wish I could use magic. Oh well.
If only I knew how to use it. Whatever.
Gilgamesh, you have the one with the smoke. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Yeah, just swishes just shakes the vial a little, see if it swirls around. Then
You
just
swish it around. It seems to move a lot slower than you remember the mist moving in the area. There does seem like there's something heavier to it, as if this was mixed with something. It is not the vapor like smoke you had remembered seeing from the prison. It is more like a mist at this point. Like there is some weight to it. It's more liquid than it is gas.
I'm gonna try one more time.
He's-
Oh,
he's-
Muna.
he sees that.
What are you doing, Hebrew?
Do your thing.
He's gonna grab the yellow one and hold it up for Muna. So like I was personally thinking that the yellow and the blue were mixed to the green, but that's just me thinking, color theory. Is that something that would happen with concoctions or whatever? Life energy and mold making like some weird gaseous thing?
Ah,
Damn, I guess you weren't that kind of witch, huh?
well, here's the thing. As I've learned from the enchantment table, this world's magic is different. So maybe color theory does work here. There's a far less... You have to understand something, Hibiki. These potions are pristine. There's less goat's head, there's less frog eyes, there's less bat claws that have been clipped out with tweezers.
So like when you say goat head, you just mean the horns,
Oh,
right?
you gave a heroism before, Jen. You didn't even give a fleeting inspiration. Whatever, it's an inspiration now.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That was my
Do
fault.
you mean the whole goat's head or just the horns or the teeth?
Of course it's a whole goat's head. You use the entire body, and that includes the head.
So before we get on a tangent about goat heads,
Yeah,
do you guys want to do anything with the vials, or you want to put them all down?
Gilgamesh was about to fucking uncork the green one.
What are you doing, Zarel, before that happens?
It's like the yellow. Just remind me what the yellow and blue ones are again.
The blue one seems to be that same kind of energy you guys had seen in the other room, a sort of liquid-like life essence. It seems to have the label Fury on it. The yellow one is a literal solid sort of thing at the very bottom of like yellow mold-esque kind of stuff. And the green one is literally some kind of a vapor or a mist of green that reminds you of the vapor that Hades was messing about with, but much more vibrant, much more green.
Okay, I'm taking the Marco approach.
The Marco Pro. Oh Jesus!
Yellow thing from my hand.
Currently, Hibiki is holding the yellow one.
If you put it down, it's I have time.
Well,
Put
currently,
it down on the
Gilgamesh,
table, there's something.
before anything, let's do things in order.
Yeah.
Before anything, Gilgamesh said they're going to try to uncork the green one.
Yeah, you all see Gilgamesh just like pop open.
Gilgamesh,
Mhm.
as you open it, I would like for you and Muna in particular to roll me for your resilience.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
I should put nothing in this.
I rolled a 16.
I rolled, let's see, resilience. I rolled a 13, so 12.
Muna, you feel as this is uncorked, you guys immediately find that the green mist seems to envelop the area directly around it. It almost seems to volatilely shoot out as if it was reacting to the oxygen around you. As it does, as the room is briefly filled with this green-like smoke, Gilgamesh and Muna, both of you feel off, feel wrong, as your bodies that are more accustomed to magic as the other two seem to react very volatilely to it. Gilgamesh, you're able to stand, but you almost felt like you fell to your knee. Muna, you do fall down to your knees. It takes everything you can to hold on to the vial you have. I would like you to roll me for your finesse, please. Or your agility, I mean. Because you are currently holding a glass vial in your hand.
Oh shit.
That is a 6.
Plus.
It looks as if Muna falls. As Muna is falling, they are going to drop they're going to drop the large container labeled Fury.
Oh well, that's went into the ground. I was gonna grab Muna.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. You will be rolling with disadvantage, Hibiki. You are the only one that can do this with your amazing agility. Go ahead and roll me with disadvantage for your agility.
I have fun playing this character.
I will do this, and I will. You know what? First
Bring
off,
another
I'm just
thing
gonna hit this. I'm just gonna hit this and see what I get here.
Ooh.
I double my stat, so I get 12
Whatever this
minimum.
is, it's plus 12.
Okay.
So then, let's see here. Roll high dice. High rolls, high roll. A natural 20.
Okay.
What?
Let's go! What the fuck?
Whatever.
That's pretty good.
That's super good.
That's pretty
so
good.
That's a natural 30.
Nope.
30.
I'm gonna give you, because that made me scream. I'm gonna give you a reroll token for that. Good job.
Thank you. Wow.
You notice Muna fall. You see Zarel go for Muna. You jump and you go and you grab at the vial. I'm gonna make you make a decision, Hibiki.
Oh no.
That's not the only thing Muna is holding right now.
I would like. Fuck. You're not gonna let me do this,
Don't
are
we
you?
all? Don't we all?
I was going to see if you had thought about it beforehand, but I am going to give you the option of one of the two things that Muna will be dropping in this respect. Do you know what the other thing is?
Oh. You bastard!
Would you kill a 5-year-old for juice?
It wouldn't
Wait, I'm
kill
holding Poe
Poe. It
again?
would just destroy Poe's comfort space.
Which is the worst thing that could happen.
This sucks. Who could have done this? How could this
Fuck,
been
man.
avoided?
I guess I'll go for. Or I have to do the thing that instinctually he would do. He would go for Poe
Hibiki,
because it's a living creature.
Hibiki. Good job.
Yeah.
If you would have went for the other, I would have been slightly disappointed with you. But because you went for the friend, I
Not
think
Talisman.
because you went with a friend, we're gonna give you some guidance tokens for that. You're gonna gain 4 guidance tokens for doing the right thing.
Yay!
Yay! I used the double nat 20 for you, Poe.
Hey, you gained 4 guidance tokens and a reroll token from that. That's good. That was a good roll.
That's insane.
You grab at Poe. As you do, the vial of fury hits the floor. As it does, Zarel, you see the vial crash as you grab Muna. As you look to it, as it crashes onto the floor and the life energy like juice that is there spreads outwards, you feel like you almost faintly hear a howling sound. Like the sound of a wolf or a dog howling. As it crashes, the bright, vibrant blue liquid goes completely dull and turns to what appears to be maybe even just simple water on the ground.
Why did it bark?
You guys heard nothing. Only
What's
Zarel did.
talking?
Gilgamesh just corks the
Am I
bottle.
still feeling weird, by the way?
The smoke is still around you and Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh corking the bottle does nothing. The bottle is now empty.
Yeah, Enos.
Why did it bark?
What barked?
Where's the goop room?
Are you gonna bring Muna out of this area?
Yeah. Fucking.
No, I could roll my legs. Okay, yes.
You guys get out of the way. As you guys do, you look back toward the room. It looks like the smoke is slightly dispersing, but it is gonna take like 5 minutes. As you guys leave the area, looking out and around, you do see that Night Fury seems to have gotten up and is looking around.
Perhaps that was not a wise decision. You must be wary of green mist. Ugh.
Why did no one else hear that?
Hear what? The vial break?
No, the howl.
Howl? What howl?
From the liquid when it dropped. It howled.
Did it?
Well, I can't exactly drop another one on the floor to test the fury, can I?
That is a shame. I believe that you heard something. I do not know what it was, though.
Barking. Mm.
And then that green mist did something to you too. Are you alright?
I feel
Just feel kind of weird, but nothing too bad. Not like I'm feeling.
You were not moving, Muna. I told you
Gilgamesh
how-
and Muna, you guys feel like whatever it was, it seems to disrupt magic. Hibiki and Zarel, you guys weren't as connected to it, but you, upon seeing that whatever happened to them happened, you were decently sure that potentially casting in that area might have been difficult.
Oh,
It's
like
not,
my magic, sir.
it's not that I couldn't move, it's just without any magic, it's like it just gives a mental imbalance.
That was very physical. That was a very physical reaction that just happened.
Both.
A mental imbalance that translates to physical balance.
So
is
some
what I
sort
was
of
thinking.
anti-magic mist.
I do not like this mist.
Why would they be making that here?
Well, I could think of one reason.
Again,
seems-
that only is under the assumption that was being made here and not used for something else. Because
Maybe they used her to get her over here. Who knows?
right now your guys' thought is the yellow and blue made green. I'm gonna tell you right now that did not happen.
That's the.
I think they kissed. All right, leave me alone.
Whatever it was used for, I hate it. You damn
I'm
it's magic.
starting to think that. How do I put this? The weakening of our friend may have been very intentional.
Speaking of your friend, she does seem to be awake and is looking around.
She's awake
Oh.
now.
Hello.
Do you guys want to make your way over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys go over to them. They look as if for a moment they seem to be holding their glorb in their arm. They will sit it down softly before looking back to you guys, kind of rubbing their face slightly. What was that howling?
You heard it too.
Yeah, it was loud.
We didn't hear it, unfortunately. Zarel did. Sorry about that. We ended up touching a few of your things. I touched your enchanted table, then we all touched your potions.
They walk over toward where the grate is for the cage. They reach down and lift up at the gate. You feel that there is a shutter as if it might have almost lifted for them, but it doesn't seem to as they go.
Just kinda waits for her to try again and will slowly move the lever in sync with her.
They look to it. They go to do it again. As you push the lever. As it does, it seems to lift all the way up and lock into place. Something that wouldn't happen if they were just moving it up to get around it.
She's just really strong.
Seems almost like it mechanically moved by itself.
You're so strong.
She looks to it. I could have done that.
Oh, what? Oh,
Well,
sorry.
isn't it supposed to be that you can't? It's supposed to hold you in.
A lot of things here are supposed to do things. They are they're more a lot of talk than anything.
So,
Whenever I'm mad, I don't think very good. So the obvious things like this don't really come to me. I mostly probably would just try to bash my way through. Not that I've ever had to worry about this place. I don't really want to go on any bad feels whenever I'm around that. They point over to the orb.
Right.
It seems to be magical in some way. Do you know what kind of magic it is?
Well, it smells like my master.
Dragon magic.
You can say no, but do you mind if I look at it?
Yeah, go ahead. It has a really metallic smell to it that my master kind of smells like. Kind of fresh, Muna, they said you can look. They have not said you can touch. You remember earlier somebody had asked to pick it up, and it was like, so just wanted to remind you before you grabbed it.
Just sensing with magic.
As you make your way over to it, you do find that there is a slight smell coming from it. Gilgamesh, you don't remember a fresh or any kind of like fresh or anything kind of smell coming from coming from Lord Akron. In fact, the biggest smell that you remember specifically coming from Lord Akron was blood from that blade they were always carrying.
Akron reeks of blood.
After hearing that, Muna will suddenly kind of look to Night Fury and see if she's any more pale.
She doesn't seem to be pale. However, she is very much more restrained than she was whenever you guys had first met them. You guys can tell that she is still sort of thinking about what just happened with them learning about whatever had gone down. They seem to be a lot more reserved at this point and not like excitably showing you guys around. Anyway, the how?
Right, yeah, I don't know. I had heard it when one of the vials broke, and well, only I could hear it, and apparently you could also hear it. But for me, it was a lot fainter.
Something broke. That's whatever. Things break, I guess.
Things break, and it should be expected.
He's gonna be so annoying.
Which vial broke again?
The one
Looks at
labeled
Zarel.
Gary.
It was the blue one, the one with the yeah, what Davey you said.
Here. The one that looked like it had life magic in it. In its house.
Shrugs. You mean those things in the room with the tube?
He points to this room.
Oh, the one that was in there? That's fine. It was probably almost empty, right?
Yeah, it was basically almost empty.
Yeah. They point over toward the one, toward the area with the tubes, with the large tube. We have more. It's fine.
Yeah.
He thinks about that room back there and realizes he has them. He took them all and put them in his bag.
You have them. You have them in your bag.
I said I took them.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. He pulls one out.
Do I have any magic sense, by the way?
As I said, you got what you got from it without touching it or anything. You just sort of feel magic on it, and you feel that, and you smell that smell coming from it.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not much of a blood magic expert. I've dabbled, but...
As you pull the vial out from your bag, Gil, you find that again, it seems to be very similar. It is full of the almost the exact same glowing liquid.
He examines it to find a way to pop it open without breaking it in half, which is his first instinct.
You can open it.
He pops the canister open. Is it making a noise? He looks inside.
No.
No.
Interesting.
He pours a little bit out.
Do you want to pour a little out?
Yes.
Gilgamesh, roll me for your agility.
Pour one out for the homies.
Yeah, sure, brother.
Oh
Okay.
my god, it pours its agility.
11.
You find that the liquid is extremely viscous as you go to pour it out. I don't know if you guys have seen the self-pouring liquid.
Yeah. Just
but
everything goes with it.
As soon as it goes slightly over the top, Gilgamesh, it starts going very heavily over the top. You try to pull back, but you are not quick enough as the entirety of the vial that you have empties itself almost instantly onto the ground. As it does, Zarel, you hear a howling sound As it happens, the liquid hitting the ground seems to disperse and immediately turn to water.
There's that howling again.
Yeah, that was it. Probably shouldn't waste those.
Yeah, it was not my intention.
Seems like whatever it is, it's highly viscous at least until it's water. The whole thing poured out with just your tipping.
I was told not to mess with them, so I don't know much about them.
What happened to my tabletop? No.
Like pour water on it. No.
So are y'all gonna ask the thing that y'all saw, or?
I will say at this point, there are 2 vials remaining.
Yeah. Right, there's 3. We'll engage with this later. You've been without food for months, haven't you?
No. Well, Cotton. They look like they start thinking back. I've had food here a bit, sometimes.
This more does not count.
Has it been that long? I know that he didn't bring any last time, but he said that I didn't really need much with the tube.
Didn't need to eat because of the tube?
Yeah, apparently it keeps me alive. He said that he forgot to bring it this time. Matter of fact, he said that the last time too.
You've been...
Minimum of 3 months without food at this point?
Yeah, whenever you guys gave me that one earlier, it seemed pretty good though. Hadn't really thought about it. After the first week or so, I sort of just left my mind. I mean, I've been hungry, but I don't know, there's other things to do, you know?
Zarel, I know you don't know much. Is it normal for a Cherished to not need to eat that long?
No! I too know I need to eat to live, Hibiki! Where's the fucking tube?
It's over in the corner over there.
They starve you, give you recreation.
Give me a moment.
Oh, there's a fire enchantment on the enchantment table by the tube, by the way.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you put magic in it?
Yeah, what do I do with it?
Nothing. The magic goes into it and charges it, but you can safely remove enchantments from things. Sometimes whenever enchantments leave things, they explode.
Oh.
But you're able to make a clear vessel with it.
Interesting. Oh, and there they go to go destroy the tube, I guess.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Good thing it's
You're
not you destroying
supposed
it.
to.
It's fine. He'll probably bring another one tonight anyway.
What did I
So he would rather bring a whole tube with him randomly than bring you food for 3 months.
Shrugs. He's not my favorite person. So
I don't
Zarel,
like it.
I'm not a huge fan of it.
Zarel and Gilgamesh, you guys make your way over here.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing over here?
You do the One Piece walk up to the 2.
I need to
Hold
know
on,
before
I need to
I
actually
continue that
know
over there.
what that. I mean, I understood too is filled with liquid and you can walk into it, or
It is
so
not
close?
filled with liquid.
Okay, it is.
Whenever you go in it,
tube.
apparently it gets filled with liquid.
I am gonna find out what this is firsthand. What the fuck is this?
Do you want to get in the tube?
Get me in the tube.
Zarel, you make your way to the tube. As you walk up to it, it seems to open as you approach it. It did not do that, by the way, just for reference. It did not do that whenever you walked by it to get the other tubes, Gilgamesh. And it did not do it whenever Muna went by it to go to the thing. It has only so far reacted to Zarel.
It's for Cherished, isn't it?
Gotta put your Cherished in a tube to cherish them forever.
You put him in the tube, dude.
Factory
If you are
sealed.
locked, if you become locked in it, I will break you out.
Good.
Do you want to get
You
in,
guys
Zarel?
hear that meowing?
Get me in the tube.
All right.
Put me
Zarel, you get in the tube. As you do, The door closes as you enter it. You note some kind of a liquid begins to pour out, not only from the bottom going up, but also seemingly from the top going down.
Damn, this thing is confusing.
As the entire area seems to light up with this bluish-like magic, you also find it fills relatively quickly. Zarel, it's not water. If anything, moving around in it, it seems like some kind of a viscous, almost like jello. Like not even fully solidified jello. Like
Have
wet,
you ever
like
tried
wet
to breathe through yellow?
No, I can't say
It
I have.
sucks. Don't do it.
They put him in the oobleck.
Do you want to stay in?
Yeah, fuck it. Let's see what this is.
As it
Delicious.
gets full up to around Zarel's head, Zarel closes their eyes.
Zarel's like, I'm going to destroy this thing, but I need to understand it before the destruction.
The tube completely fills, and Zarel is suspended in the jello.
This is my sleep tube now.
I go with the other guys.
It's tap, 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 tap.
You guys hear the tube activate in the other room, and you also watch as Zarel enters said tube.
Oh, also, Hibiki
Oh, thank you.
goes on one knee and gives it to you just to bother you.
He ignores it now.
Back to the other side. So, Gilgamesh. They don't seem to be. They don't seem to be at all interested in anything going on over here, Gilgamesh. You are by yourself because anytime you tap on the glass, you do not see any response from Zarel.
It's you and your goldfish.
He just starts circles it, looking for like something. Is there something to interact with? A button?
Like right now,
lever?
Moon is just waiting for the shatter sound.
Nothing seems to be interactable.
Yeah, Gilgamesh is used to like seeing things in this world connect to other things to make them do something. Well, currently all that's here is the table, which isn't really even connected, and the other table that used to have vials on it.
The only thing you know is that whenever you were talking with Hibiki, apparently this room here seemed to have been connected with that room and had some kind of diagnostics for that room.
You can diagnose a fish. Status, water.
That is blub blub.
He just starts walking over towards Hibiki.
You guys see Gilgamesh make their way over without a Zarel.
He grabs. He grabs.
You
something
know where
Hibiki
Zarel
drags.
is. I
Yeah.
told you where Zarel was.
Yeah,
No,
Where's Zarella?
no, that's not.
that's not what Moon is asking.
In the same
Yeah, like
place.
Gilgamesh is coming here without Zarel, and she was expecting chatter.
In the tube, he grabs Hibiki, just
What do you mean?
drags him. He starts dragging him.
You
towards
saw
the
him go in
tube.
the tube. You saw him go in the tube. I
We
told
saw
you he
him.
went
How
in the
would
tube.
we see him go in the tube?
I
From here.
I told you guys. You saw him walking there. You saw him. You heard the thing
Yeah.
open and then it closed.
Yeah, that's what Dika said happened.
I know the sounds. I'm just saying, I don't think Muna would associate with that.
Are you gonna debug me or not, asshole?
I'm gonna debug you.
He's gonna
I'm gonna open up diagnostics. I'm gonna fucking no clip you out of there.
Can you open Arc Linux and figure out what's wrong with me? This is the water.
You make your way toward where this is.
on my Sodalite file.
As you do, you immediately notice, without going to that room's area, that there is something new on the base area where this was before. The top of said page. The one that seems to be the most complex out of all of them. There is some kind of a flashing, somewhat green bar that is up at the top of it. But again, that has nothing to do with the room that has the tube in it. What are you doing?
Okay,
Moon?
one thing I will say, my bad. I was kind of thinking there were walls kind of like here. I am seeing that this is not a wall, this is part of the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my bad. The sounds I just associated with Muna, not really understanding that. But I guess I could see it.
No, that's why I went over to you guys and I was like, oh, you fucking see Zarel going in the thing. And then you're like, oh, here's your ring. And I'm like, all right, I guess they don't care. We're going back over here.
Sorry, I just assumed I wouldn't see it.
What are you doing right now, Muna?
Now Muna is going to go to Zarel.
Okay. Before we do anything, Hibiki, would you like to make your way toward that room's diagnostics? Or you want to do anything with what else I told you?
Can he click on the green bar and see any kind of details of that?
You try to move the thing over. You can't really find a mouse or anything to use. It takes you a little bit.
A mouse?
It takes you a little bit of time to mess about with it, but you do find a way to move some kind of a reticle over to it. As you do, you try to find a way to click onto it. You click the thing that looks like an enter key instead of anything else. As you do, you find an overhead map of this facility. You see the area surrounding the castle. As you do, in this like green, very simplified map of this place, you find that on this simplified map, there appears to be a large black dot and what appears to be a smaller black dot moving toward where the castle is. You also find an even smaller black dot and what appears to be a small white dot over top of where you guys would think the inner sanctum of the upper area would be. You guys also find three black dots and two white dots, looking as if it is in the very center of where the castle is. It looks like there is a map of a lot of dots. There's lots of dots on that map.
A lot of dots. Gonna go ahead and assume the 2 white, 3 black are the people inside the castle where we are. Making the assumption that the 2 white ones are magical creature people, I guess. Assuming that that's Zarel and Night Fury as Cherished.
Remember, there are 3 white dots. Because
there are 3 white dots, my bad.
Bloop, bloop, and bloop.
I have no idea what these dots mean, other than the 5 are probably us, and the 2 are probably then are the friends that we left behind.
Oh, right.
So
Hold on.
Oh.
Hold on. Even smaller white dot over here as well.
Oh, see.
Even smaller white dot, yeah.
It's as small as I can make the dots, unfortunately.
Okay.
So there is 6. There are 6 dots where you are.
6 of us here, including
Actually,
Poe.
would that be a? No, that'd be a. Never mind. That'd be a black dot.
That'd be a black dot.
Yeah,
oh my god.
That'd be a black dot.
We're learning what a soul counts like.
I mean, this one in particular.
So it's us. That's probably Ali and our Pikachu. And then we have 2 things approaching the castle. One big, one small.
Neither of them are white.
I have no idea what that means, but I guess we need to prepare that somebody with something big is coming.
And if there are if these here represent us, The only two ones that are not the same are the cherished in this room.
It does look as if you can still move the reticle on this section.
He will try to move it farther out in the direction of the two over here, the big and the small.
Which of these things would you like to inspect?
The big.
You find that the entirety of the big thing, a large square seems to appear. As the large square seems to appear, it seems to show what that might be. However, it appears to be too big. You only see a black square. Would you like to click on one of the others?
I will click on the dot next to it.
Click on the dot next to it. As you do, you find a small square, as in like almost like a character sheet. Almost, you see like a headshot of a person that you recognize.
Whose headshot do I see? And tell me that it's Dr. Estes.
It is not.
It is not.
Booyah.
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 I'm guessing it's just her face and not.
It is just her face. You are not seeing anything like them moving or anything like that. You're just seeing like their face. It's like a headshot of them.
Just a headshot of them. Big followed by something big and black. Essentially.
These machines think that Booyah is coming this way.
If you guys remember, Booyah did mention that their power came from darkness.
That makes sense. He will quickly click on the white dot over here with the 2.
Let me find it. I'm just gonna tell you, because I don't know where they're at. You are correct in the matter that it looks as if you find the headshot of. Oh, what the fuck? You're all the way over here. Where's the other one? Oh no. You see what appears to be Ramu.
Ramu's the white one?
Mm-hmm. I don't know where Ramu went. I know where where Fully is.
Left them both in that.
Oh, I know.
Oh,
They
wait.
flew somewhere, is what I'm saying. I think are
shit.
they under this? Maybe they might be under some of these fucking things. I don't know.
I hate Z levels.
We'll find Ramu at some point.
I'm gonna start moving these out of the way, and then you guys can keep explaining things.
Remember, you can press
Found 'em.
U to get. Okay.
It's weird that it has their headshots though. It's
The one
Does that mean
next
that
to
there are
Ramu.
cameras.
The one next to Ramu must be Philippe.
You can just quickly click on that and prove that that is in fact Philippe.
It is in fact Fully. The black one is Fully.
Then
So click on one of the 2 white ones in our room.
Let me find where you guys are real quick, because I'm trying to move these guys over there. Bloop.
there they are.
It's fine, Zorel can wait.
Yep.
As far as Gilgamesh understands, we're getting to the tube part, going through all this.
If
He
you
doesn't know
click
what this
one
is.
of which one are you clicking? Are you clicking the one that has the black one next to it, or are you clicking the one that doesn't?
The one that has the black one next to it.
You find a headshot of yourself.
Interesting.
Gilgamesh looks around the room as like, where could this be coming from?
How the fuck does it have Booyah's face? If there are cameras in this facility at the very least, how to get Booyah's face?
Again, it's not appearing like a camera. It is just your headshot, as if like a character sheet.
Yeah. He'll then click the second white one.
You see Zarel.
Hey, Zarel. Meaning everyone else is powered by darkness.
What do you mean I'm
I don't think I'm white, but all right.
Well, I mean, this one's a ghost type, so.
That is a ghost. That is true.
I like. Yeah. Okay.
Objective
Okay.
fact.
Well, whatever's following Booyah is big. How fast are the 2 dots going?
Looking at the 2 dots, it doesn't appear to show them in real time. It does show that they are moving, but so they're not always moving in the same direction. You can assume that whatever it is, they're either wandering aimlessly with it, or potentially are fighting it.
We found Zarel on this machine, so
Actually, he will try to find Zarel's one. Maybe that'll have different information since he's in the tube.
I mean, you already clicked on Zarel.
Oh, right. And it didn't have anything new on it.
It's
So
just
he
showing
will-
headshots.
Yeah. He will then navigate away from this map to go down to the tube room information.
You go to the tube room information. As you do, all the information that you had before that showed Siphius, as well as Whisper, seems to disappear. You do find that it's been replaced with the name Zarel. Zarel's name is in that. You also find there is a thing that says initiate.
There's I could start something with this. Should I? Or should we try to get him out?
What should we do?
well, we can assume it will take life magic out of him.
He also got pretty beat up. I don't think he's healed from that yet. I don't know what had happened to him if we tried this with him, with how he is right now.
Potentially poorly.
I mean, we know that it's kept her alive, but she's already technically in good physical condition besides the whole starving bit.
Hit the button that says release.
There is no button that says release.
There's only a button for starting it seems.
Click on stop.
Should we try it? Or should we go in there and break him out? It seemed like he wanted to go in there and he wanted to know what it did himself, so
Perhaps we should. And then destroy it.
right.
Do you want to push initiate? You know that it potentially could pull whatever that energy is out of Zarel.
You know what, Deco?
What's that, man?
I'm gonna use a fake card and
Attaboy!
drop the deck. The karma deck.
Go ahead.
Zarel's just like, man, I can't wait to get this jello out. They're sure taking a long time.
I was trying to commune with the wolves. I don't know. Sorrel's not very smart.
I also don't like the fact that Zerosam replaced both Siphius and Whisper. I don't like that.
What do you mean?
Anyway.
Well, you see, it's an issue of RAM.
Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and
Instead of Kid at Wham, dude.
Go ahead and
I
shuffle.
can't believe
Go
this
ahead
is
and shuffle it and draw.
Shuffle. I'm gonna draw and hope to God this isn't something that's going to immediately backfire on myself.
It could.
Come on.
Oh!
Oh no.
Oh, hello.
What does that mean?
Hello, woman.
It's grim.
That's the
I
Grim.
remember when this was the Fates.
That is the Grim.
Don't
What's
lecture
the
me on what
matter
it
with
is now. I
these
know what it was.
The neutral effect is you are vulnerable to the next damage that is triggered against you.
Okay.
In other words, you take double damage from the next attack that's going to happen to you. That's just automatic. Would you like to also roll for the good or bad effect?
We're not bitch made here. Are we?
What would Zarel do?
Oh, it's
I will take the risk.
What WWZD?
It is a pure 50-50. So go ahead and roll it. Tell me odds or evens while it's in the air.
I will go with odds.
Oh,
That's an evens. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the neutral effect on there. But I just want you as a player to know something.
Yeah, DM Summer.
You're not safe.
I
Okay, but what about Zarella?
You could really twist that in this situation, huh?
The next damage that you are hit by, you are going to be vulnerable to. And I'm going to have fun with this card whenever it is applicable for you.
I'm gonna break your back again, little boy.
I'm going to go
Gonna
ahead
break your arms all over
and-
again.
I'm going to go ahead and
It's
put,
gonna be like it never happened.
Oh no, I'm going to be a widow.
I'm going to go ahead and put a little yellow around there. There we go. That way I know who to use that on.
That's yellow, though.
Yeah,
Look at my
for your
orange.
little orangey yellow stuff over here.
Yeah, you're suffering square.
Yeah, yellow's more vibrant because there are
Guys, help. What
other
did I do
orange
to
things
myself?
around it. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
You're pissed
You're
square.
fine.
Help.
You're fine.
You're the best.
I
version.
will be using this immediately as soon as I figure out a time to do it. Anyway, so
What much thinks about the fact that life magic is dangerous to fuck with. Even I'm sure even fucking Mateus had trouble with
and
that.
again, Hibiki has said that apparently both names, both Siphius and Whisper, whatever those names meant, are gone and have only been replaced with one name.
I hate this technology that people have made here.
You and me both. I'm having some serious doubts here about using this, even if it is what Zrel wants. Zrel also doesn't know everything he wants.
Fury knows nothing. Only one person may know what this actually means. Ugh.
And Booya's out there. She could be fighting something. She could just be having a nice time wandering around the woods with something big near her. Odds tell me that she's fighting something.
I'm going to go break the tube now.
Let's go break it then.
Muna,
Yes.
you made your way over to where Zarel is. As you do, you find Zarel floating in a tube of some kind of viscous liquid. They do not appear to be awake. As you get there, you also find that Night Fury makes their way with you as they look at them. So that's how it's like whenever someone else is in it.
It's disturbing, to say the least.
Oh, I hate it. I don't like it.
No, this reminds me more of the dead, even though he's living.
Oh, it's not that. They make their way over to it. As they do, they sort of tap on it. Look right there.
Mm-hmm.
They point out towards Zarel. You find that some of the bruises and things from whenever the Heartless had landed on Zarel seem to be somewhat losing their discoloration while Zarel is in there.
Oh.
It's supposed to be, like, good for you or whatever.
Oh, it's kind of like leeches.
I don't know, probably.
Oh my fucking god!
You backwards fucking.
I'm glad the moon is here every day of my life.
It's great.
Yes, so they're leeching off of the poisons, I see.
I always sort of feel better whenever I'm in there, but I also sort of don't.
Well,
Whenever I'm, like, feeling really bad, I can get in there and I can come out after a while and I'm all right. But usually if I stay there too long, one of those things pop out. Well, I would point to the things, but Gilgamesh took them all.
Yes. Well, it seems Gilgamesh and Hibiki are working towards getting Zarel out, so that'll be good.
Oh, we can get them out. We just have to turn it off.
Okay, where's the off switch?
In the other room. It's a big old lever.
Oh. Like the one that was on the door. No, you lifted that, right. There was no lever.
I saw you do it. I was walking.
I wanted you to feel good.
As you guys start making your way, Gilgamesh, you and Hibiki look like you're about to start making your way to the other direction. As you do, you see Muna and Night Fury. So,
We're going to break it. We're about to
Where's
break
the
it.
lever?
oh, it's right there.
Lever.
It turns everything
Okay.
off.
Oh.
Muna, do you want to go pull the lever?
Yeah, she's been assuming that they've been overthinking it.
This place is depressing and disappointing in all aspects.
Also, Booya's outside being followed by something big.
Oh.
What?
Everything turns-
They said it turned everything off.
Right, lights are connected to your electricity. Am I getting that, Hibiki?
Yes.
So,
As
all
long
the
as it's turned off the
electricity-
tube, that's good because there's no abort function on the computer.
It got rid of everything. So all the electricity was connected.
You find that the only thing that seems to be still going right now are the red lights that are off in different areas and the large doorway that seems to be made of that red light. As everything is turned off, you guys hear draining liquid coming from the other room.
See you guys later.
Has Siphius been around during the time that you've been here?
Oh no, I haven't seen Siphius since, well, everything went down.
The machine had two names in it other than the doctor's. Siphius and Whisper. I assume that's your name?
Is it?
Do you not know your name?
I'm Night Fury.
You weren't always, though,
No.
right? Because when you didn't even respond to us when we tried calling you that when you were berserk earlier, so I figured you must have
Well,
known.
yeah, it's not my name.
Just a head tilt and just
She's perfect, Your Honor.
Hibiki, come on. You
Okay,
you
let's
should
just
know
go.
better.
You,
Let's just
as
go.
you make your way over, you hear them sort of to themselves go, Whisper, huh?
It's a very oxymoron kind of name.
We all know her for her ability to whisper.
Whispers to Gilgamesh, can you believe the dead naming Hibiki was trying to do?
Oh my-
Zarel,
They're not dead.
go ahead and give yourself back 30 HP.
Hell yeah. Healing.
Sorry, I
As
just like
The liquid drains. You guys see as it gets down below Zarel's head, you find that Zarel, you wake up. To you, it feels like it went up to your head and then started draining.
All right, so when does it start?
It kind of did. You've been in there for a bit.
Yeah, well, I've been in there for. Wow, it's dark in here.
Yeah, we had to flip the switch to.
The only
Force it
thing
to turn
also,
off.
by the way, that's still going is the red light over here from the enchanting table.
Just like, oh, it's nighttime.
Got dark in here, so I did not commune with the wolves or anything.
No, you definitely didn't. It was
No,
weird.
but it did heal your wounds.
I've noticed I feel better. I don't feel like I'm on the brink of death anymore.
Yeah, whenever I
good.
feel bad going in there, it feels a little better.
Did you know that like all the electricity is connected? I turned one lever and it turned all of this off. Isn't that weird?
Zarel, I'll also let you know, in particular, you only feel healthier. You feel like, again, like you are less injured. You don't
Yeah,
feel...
it's not like you feel better. It feels less bad.
Yeah, you don't feel like, for example, if you had like the sniffles, you don't feel like you would feel less sick. It
I
felt
just
like it
feel
was
like I am no
just
longer
health.
dying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel fantastic. I feel all right. I mean, again, my previous point was near death, so I suppose anything counts.
True.
I don't really know much about that. Sometimes whenever I go in there, it feels off. And sometimes if it coincides with me being really upset or something, I end up breaking it. And sometimes I break it before I go in there because I hate it. But every time I do, he just brings another one.
Do you want to break it right now? I think you deserve it.
I shouldn't.
We did it, okay?
So, think about it this way. This is payback for not bringing you food for 3 months.
Well, it wasn't Master's fault.
It's not, you're punishing the doctor.
Well, Master told me not to do it too.
How about you watch us break it? Would that help?
I don't really
You're
feel
aware
like
of how
I need
much
to break
you're-
it right now.
You're aware of how much your master doesn't like, Duke Cocklecott, right?
Who?
Who?
I guess he came into power more recently then.
Even I saw
No,
him.
that family's been around for a while, but yes, him in particular would not have been in charge of that place since they would have been gone. However, someone of their name would have, so they would know of a Duke Cocklecott if they cared about that, which they don't.
Yeah, okay, never mind then.
So a Duke might have had their feet fixed.
I still
Anyway,
understand why it was howling.
I think I can
We could break another one.
rationalize it. Maybe not. So I'm just gonna be real here. Those came from you.
Mhm.
I don't know if what he's been doing to you has been shortening your life at all by taking out, this life energy from you.
Oh, Cherished don't really die like that.
I know that they don't typically do that, but he's been doing a lot of experimentation from what we found with cherished things.
I don't think it's a case of taking away their life. I think it's more taking away. How do I put it?
Siphoning power.
Power, yes.
Does this
he-
thing
he's
just
trying-
make like cherished
Oh.
juice?
Though maybe it's in reverse. No, that wouldn't make sense. Well, where would the energy of the attacks go? Or is it that healing? I'd like to experiment, but
Yeah, I don't know nothing
also
about
want
it.
I also want to destroy this.
Don't know much about it either, but we have a friend outside Booyah. She was being followed by something big and something dark.
I don't know
Oh,
why I feel this is perverted.
hold on, what did you say?
The computer had some kind of like alert and a thing, and I go onto it and it came like a map. The different dots were us, our friends, and Booyah in the distance, being followed by something gigantic that it
Was she
couldn't
being chased?
see. I couldn't really tell exactly, but it was my assumption that she might be being chased.
Oh, well, we could look on the camera.
Please?
Please,
All right.
how do we get to the cameras?
Well, first,
We have to
let
go
me
over
go-
to my computer, but we'll have to wait a couple minutes for everything to turn back on.
Right, okay.
On.
You flip the switch, nothing happens.
On.
The more they mess with it, the more it probably won't turn on.
Uh,
Well, no,
Yeah.
she just put it on the opposite. She didn't like turn it off, on, just the on position, and then calling out, please turn on. Magic is so much easier than electricity.
Do you guys want to wait for the energy to come back into the room?
Yeah, what else is there?
Okay.
I'm gonna dip my feet again.
You make your way over toward where that is. You would note upon getting near there, some of the smoke has disappeared. Whatever turning everything off did, it seemed to turn off whatever heated the pool as well. As you wait for a little while, about 5 minutes go by, and you see that enough energy seems to have returned to this place.
Oh, Hibiki.
Yeah.
Can electricity heat this thing? I noticed some of the steam is gone. Was it electricity also doing that?
In a way, yes.
Oh, wow.
But not in the water is electrified kind of way.
Oh, yes, that would hurt? Yeah.
A lot, if it were like that.
Yes.
Anyway,
I'm learning.
as things have gone through, about 5 minutes again go by, and then the lights start coming back on. As they start coming back on, you see that lights start showing on the tower of the computer there. They make their way over. As they do, you find that they seem to slide forward toward it for a moment and seem to have a bit of a blank, kind of waiting for a second. They seem to, for a moment, not know exactly what to do, and then they sort of shake it off, and then they go toward navigating in the computer. As they do, I'm gonna roll for them very quickly. Gilgamesh,
Yes.
roll me for your insight, please.
Oh boy. Yay, let's go. Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
I should probably see what they're doing.
God damn it. Yeah, that's way better. 14.
You find, as you are seeing this, you find that they do look as if they are tensing as they're looking through things. They, as you watch, you're not sure if it's something the others would immediately notice, but you do find that they appear to be somewhat flexing or somewhat tensing every now and then as they're looking through things. It seems almost involuntary, but they are tensing as they're going through things. You also note that their breathing slightly goes off.
Oh,
Not
are
you.
Okay.
Not you. This is Gilgamesh. I literally just said that only Gilgamesh would maybe even have seen this.
Sorry, I didn't hear the only Gilgamesh.
I wish I heard you right. There's a lot. Boogie's tensing up, looking around, light goes off.
No light, no nothing like that.
Sorry.
She appears to be
misheard that.
tensing, and
Sorry.
her breathing is slightly off as she starts scrolling through this through the computer stuff.
There's an issue.
What's going on? What? You didn't say, is there an issue? You said there is an issue.
You're breathing, ragged. You're tense. What are you looking at?
Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to pick up the thing. You note that they haven't even pulled anything up yet.
There's
was just
nothing
something
on
they
that
were- it was just-
screen.
They don't seem to have been doing it as a reaction to what was happening, is what I'm saying. They're not looking at anything.
They just hate using Windows 98.
That's fair.
Fuck 98.
Is there something we should be worried about?
No, I'm just a little distracted.
Why?
Well, we're getting into it, you know?
Mm,
Into it?
Don't worry about it. I'm just gonna pull this up and probably go off somewhere. as they do seem to pull up. They do seem to pull up a folder in front of them. You see that there are several links that are there, Hibiki, as you're looking over them. However, they seem to slide back slightly and just let out like a very, almost like they were holding their breath kind of thing. Well, one of you messed with it before, right?
Yeah, I can do more.
I'm gonna
about to rage.
I'm gonna go.
All right.
Oh,
I'm gonna
please.
go. I'm gonna go to my big sharp knife.
Okay.
They seem to start stepping out. You guys know that tonight is whenever apparently they're supposed to go berserk.
Yeah.
Here I thought we may have preemptively removed the.
As they start making their way away, they look like they hold for a moment as they look over toward where the water is, but they do seem to shake it off and start making their way toward the stairs. The lights flicker slightly as they come back on a bit more. Bloop. Hibiki, you find as you are looking through here, there are several different cameras that seem to be placed all throughout the forest area. You find as you click on the first one, it seems to show around where the shore was, where you guys have first shown yourselves. It isn't exactly on there, but you do find as you look around at the edges of the camera lens of the area that it does seem to show slightly the edge of your guys' raft. Again, not like anything was in focus there, not like it was looking at you or anything, but it seems to show that coast area. As you begin to look through the rest of them, I need you to roll me for just a straight D20, please.
Okay. Tricky Twan. You know what? I'm gonna put it in the tower.
Oh my god.
I know. That is a 17.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Pretty good, pretty good, pretty good.
You go through a couple of them. As you do, you find that not only do you see where all the different cameras are, you also find an archive. You find that there are a couple of archives that seem to be coming from inside the castle. Potentially areas with where Dr. Boa was, as well as potentially where, from what you think, Whisper was, if that is her name. As you find those archives, you decide to look at them potentially later. You do find eventually, after a couple more minutes of searching through the cameras, what appears to be the camera on the very outside of this place. You see standing in the area where the altar is, the large statue of the dragon behind the throne area. You see what appears to be Ramu, as well as Fali. They are currently looking like they are on the throne. Ramu staring off toward where the entrance of this place is. You also find, as you look to them, Fali seems to fly up a little bit, but Ramu appears to start having small little jolts coming out of their cheeks.
What are they afraid of? What are they looking at?
Whatever it is, we must return to the surface.
You find, as you move down from that camera, you find the middle area, the one that you guys had gone through, that was the place where the large bodies were waiting, but you guys waited for them to come out, so it was nothing there. And then you make your way to the next one. You make your way to the one showing the main outside area. gonna move that out of the way. At first, you see nothing. But then you see, running into frame, Booyah. The hell is that?
That's the sound of her running.
Oh, okay. As
I'm so immersed.
Booyah runs out, they get to around the very base of the stairs before they turn back around, their keyblade at the ready. You see the camera shaking slightly until finally you see what they're fighting. One second.
Hey, girl, we need to talk.
Oh, that's a big one.
And
You see
oh no.
a dark side squeezing their way underneath the arcs going forward. Standing to its full mast, you see Booyah bringing their keyblade at the ready. They look behind them, however, as if they heard something. And coming from behind them,
The strongest people in the world.
running down the stairs and jumping in front of them, cheeks sparking with energy, and then floating off behind and above them, tiny little fairy. She seems to have a smile go across her face. She looks forward. She grips at the keyblade in her hands. I'm gonna roll for something very quickly.
What a party Booyah's got right there.
It needs Don and Goofy when you
The
got
dark
Pikachu
side
and it's
seems to
not in
bring
that.
its hand forward. As it does, it rakes its claw around the ground as several shadows begin to come up from the ground as if being summoned by this creature.
This would be the time for those 3 soldiers to come back in.
Yeah, right.
They do.
We're on the winning side. Let's go, baby.
They do come in. They were waiting for this moment. They
appear like ninjas coming down from the tops of the arc.
They
They
did
come back
not.
as upgraded. It's just
Oh wait. I kind of. No, it'd be just them. Where you at? There you are, you little soldiers. There you go. Sure, 3 soldiers come down, ready to fight as well. The 3 soldiers you guys didn't beat up.
I scared them off. They were afraid
All
of me.
actions have consequences.
we need no more mercy from this point
I'm
forward.
already gonna be fucked up in this fight. Leave me alone.
We should go up there, shouldn't we?
As they rake their hand across the area, they bring their arms outward as small little motes of darkness begin to spread everywhere. One seems to go directly toward where the camera is. However, before it strikes the camera, I would like all 4 of you to roll me for your insight, please.
Let's go, baby. Let's use our eyes to see.
Insight, huh?
8.
Insight 12.
18.
16.
Hibiki and Gilgamesh. Muna, roll me one more time. I was debating on not letting it happen because it was too late, but
You're a kind god. Oh,
it was almost a 20.
that was almost sick as shit.
Hibiki and Gilgamesh. As right before that darkness seems to strike at the camera, you notice something swoop by in front of the camera, going beyond where Booyah and the others are, looking as if it's going further in toward the castle.
What was that?
Did you say something?
Something just swooped in across the camera into the behind Booyah to the castle.
Whenever
The other
that
machine.
bit of darkness strikes, the camera goes dark.
The other machine can track it, right?
I don't think this place is powered up enough for that yet.
You did find
Is
an
there-
archive before, Hibiki.
I will go to the archive and see if I can find the video to slow down.
The most recent video, you go to try to find it. As you
Frame by
go to
frame.
it, go ahead and roll me for your experience, please.
I love that I put points to experience only because of the coin, but it's come in so much clutch for everything.
For this stuff, yeah.
For this stuff, yeah.
Now you know the power of what.
16 plus 6. 22.
You try to go frame by frame. You do find something making its way through. There is one frame where it is fully in view. You see a Heartless, one that you haven't seen before, carrying something that is out of frame.
Since we have the image of the Heartless, can we see it as a token?
Bring it over.
Oh, hell yeah.
For the dragon.
It seemed to have been carrying something, but it was slightly out of frame. It seems to be going toward where the castle is.
Are we going to get back up?
I had to go look at the stream because it's a white block for me.
It's a wyvern.
The wyvern looking
I
motherfucker.
don't know what that is, but I feel a sudden urge to go see where Night Fury is right now.
Yes, Gilgamesh is already just turning away.
Do you
Sees
guys
that, it's like, go.
do you guys want to start making your way toward the top area to try to get out of here if you guys can, to go to Booyah, or do you guys want to go and try to look for Night Fury?
At the second one.
For the moment, Night Fury, because who knows what this thing was.
Not for lack of love for Booyah. God, I love her, but shit.
We're going to. What's gonna happen is we're gonna instantly one-shot this thing, and then we're gonna save Booyah.
Well,
from
you
the
see,
dark
we're sitting on a beacon. If
That
we
too.
can get that off, that'd be great.
side. Yeah, it's weird and in a ball, and I don't know how to get it out. I don't know how it works. It's like red word. I don't like
You
it.
guys make your way over. As you start to make your way toward the stairs, you hear a roaring yell like you had heard before when you guys were approaching the castle. As you hear that roaring yell, another blast of red light seems to go throughout the entire area.
Yeah.
As this happens, those of you without full shield, get full shield.
Hey,
Here we go.
Congrats on your full shields, everyone. Oh no.
It's just Gilgamesh and Zarel.
Hooray.
As you guys make your way out, now that you have been around Night Fury a little bit longer, you can tell that that roaring sound had a slight twinge of their voice in it. As you guys leave this room, Zarel, the others go. You would be the only one to really notice the water on either side of the staircases that seem to be spewing off into this little grate things here, they seem to be more pressurized. They seem to be shooting a little bit further than they were when you guys had first came in here. Anyway.
Is it flooding?
Might be. You guys going up the stairs. You find yourselves in a hall that will be heading up toward the other area. As you guys head up into said hall, let's get this one. Nah, that's not enough. This one? Nah, that's not enough. This one? Nah, that's not
Why
enough.
that sound familiar?
This one?
That's
That's
so
good. We'll do this one.
Ooh.
As you guys make your way out, you hear a rumbling sound as if something shakes the entirety of the castle. Upon getting out into the hall that you guys remember, you find yourself standing at the bottom of this area. Once again, looking up toward where the area would have been to continue forward in that direction. There's a large thing of water in front of you. However, the water is a lot further up than it was whenever you guys had first came in.
This isn't just flooding, it's like it's just actively filling with water. What the fuck's going on?
It's sinking. Like everything else in the swamp.
Building hasn't felt like it's rumbled like that much to be sinking, right?
I think that was the dark side.
Then
That
we're
would make sense.
we have to start moving then.
You guys know that this way is where the guillotine is.
Wait, if it's up this far, then
Whenever
how submerged is the guillotine?
whenever you guys look to that direction, I'm guessing you guys are going to jump in the water to start making your way over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you guys start swimming your way over, you hear a noise coming from this direction.
Mhm.
You hear a large clanging noise coming from that way. You hear, however, as a little bit of time has passed, a roaring sound coming from this way. Something else is in here. Do you guys want to go toward where Night Fury is? You're guessing toward where the guillotine is, or do you want to head toward the other sound that just showed up?
Now the roar we heard, it's just that was Night Fury again.
You're decently sure, yes.
I mean, I'm committed. I don't know about you guys.
What if the
Zarel,
could
you're
the other
making
one
your
be?
way toward
Because
Night
if
Fury.
it's-
Good night, Fury.
Night Fury?
And whatever she stands for.
It's
You guys all start making your way. As you do, you get there quick enough. The water has not completely gone up to where the area is, so you do have to pull yourselves up a little bit. You find going down the stairs a little bit more difficult because some of the water is pooling along the stairs, and whenever you get to the bottom, you do find that the water is up about 5 steps from where you guys were before. You guys push the door open with some difficulty.
Even he keeps trying, even though he's a weak boy.
As you guys push
Oh,
your
my
way
boy.
in, you do find a Night Fury. However, They are not in the guillotine. I'm sorry, maybe we should make them be. That's my bad. No. You find them in the center of the room. They are almost fully submerged as they are basically on their hands and knees.
What's going on?
Norman just has his weapon out already.
You guys see them roaring out as they did before. A large amount of red light coming from them. However, even though you know that that red light is something from the beacons, which means it is light magic, you see something else in it. Now that you guys are this close, you guys see a maw of a creature within the light, roaring upwards. As if something is either desperately trying to get out, or something else is the one causing the roars. There is still the smallest amount of voice of her making its way out, but it seems like it's almost involuntary at this point. She seems to be crawling toward the guillotine.
You guys try to stop her.
I'm going in, yeah.
I'm going to see if I can grab her ball.
When you said that, it sounds like you're gonna put her in the Pokeball.
You're gonna go all the way back for the ball?
Don't go all the way back to the ball. That's too far. We need you here.
But it would
I know.
harm her.
I know.
The only one who probably would be fast enough would be Hibiki.
Hibiki's built like a speed faster.
Well, Hibiki can fly, is what I'm saying.
Maybe he can fly. He hands off.
I mean, if you want a fucking balloon, it's not gonna help you very much.
I'm faster than you. I can fly. I'll go get it. You stall her with them.
Be as fast as you can, Hibiki.
He nods, and he will begin going off.
Oh,
Hey,
thank you,
Deco.
Hibiki.
What a
Deco,
hero.
If you're gonna say you want to do something, what is it you're wanting to do?
when it comes to our slides,
Mm-hmm.
how fast can I make a pure speed slide
Oh,
when it comes to speed and flying?
Before you decide to do anything like that,
Oh, you're gonna break his fucking arms, okay.
I think I'm going to activate the negative effect of the Grim.
You're gonna break his fucking arms.
Could you not, though?
We should have seen this coming.
I like how it's the laughter is being caught off by Discord. It really does make it.
Well, the
Yeah.
best part about my laughter and the best part about this is, again, it definitely, the only person who could have gone back there would have been Hibiki. I'm glad that you guys agreed with me, because that was my way of really making this work, because the negative effect of the Grim, the DM keeps this card. Sometime during the next few games, they can play this card to remove you from a situation without any rolls or interventions of any cards except for the Grim.
Get removed, idiot.
Oh, you're just out of the session for a minute, huh?
You were out of this encounter.
Oh, you're not coming back.
There may be
Oh.
Okay, does
something
anyone
else.
hear a single angelic screech?
There may be something else that you're gonna be a part of, buddy, but we'll talk about that in a second.
Oh god, he's getting appled. My god, it's like a Digimon all over again.
Hibiki to their fucking death? Oops.
So that may be the true thing that you say there,
Mm-hmm.
but I probably would have made that suggestion anyway.
Oh, definitely.
The ball.
Definitely. The others.
So don't feel bad if I die.
You guys would have made your way over toward where Whisper is. As you do, you find, getting near Gilgamesh and Muna in particular, you guys would see that roaring maw come out once again whenever the light comes out. As that roaring maw comes out, the both of you sense something very difficult to explain. Both of you sense black magic coming from that maw, which again is not something you would expect to be able to be within the light magic of this fucking beacon. Now, go ahead.
When you say black magic, like...
I mean dark magics. I mean not darkness itself. I mean evil magics.
Stuff that probably even blood.
Not dark as in it's dark outside. It's dark as an evil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The blood of babies was used in this.
So this would be something that even blood would have been hesitant to
This
not
is
fuck
something that you've seen the Heartless be destroyed by this light magic, and they are pure evil magic.
So there's a possession.
You've seen a dark side get obliterated by the magic of a beacon.
But this light's corrupted by dark.
As this
Okay.
goes on, Zarel in particular, whenever this thing roars out, it's familiar to you. It's the same howling you heard whenever those beakers have fallen and broken.
What?
It sounds to you and looks to you as you get close to be some kind of a wolf or dog screeching out with those howls now that you're close enough to it. There is other roars mixed with it, but since you're this close to her, you can differentiate her screams and roars with this thing's screams and roars. In fact, the only other feeling all of you get is Muna, because Muna actually made this save in like session 3. Muna,
No.
you feel that you are within Siphius's range.
Uh-oh. How unfortunate. Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay.
This is the exact same feeling you got whenever you were thinking about attacking Siphius before.
Yeah.
Good luck, I'm not here anymore.
Is there anything any of you would like to do with her being on the ground?
So this might be a long shot.
Yeah, what's up, man?
It's only happened once.
Mhm.
But there was a time when I embraced darkness and broke its hold on something.
Yeah, you've done that before.
Can I try to overpower it again?
Oh, I think definitely.
Why are you talking like that?
I think I better this mistake somehow.
You can definitely try, Gilgamesh. Do you want to?
Any other monkey paws we want to get out of the way?
Look, man, listen.
So I found a pair of stairs. I walked over them 13 times to make sure I got everything out of me.
Okay, good. So all Gilgamesh knows that he knows that there's darkness in this light, and darkness is something that can be broken. So I want to try and break it.
Gilgamesh, as you get forward, you do feel that you can grab hold of something within Whisper. It feels extremely familiar to the last time you tried this with Koklakot. In fact, it feels almost identical to what happened back then. Would you like to try to overpower whatever this is?
I would very much like to try to overpower darkness with my own.
Gilgamesh, use that dark dice of yours. You have
couple.
1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4, 5, 6 inspiration. And you have three heroisms.
Okay, so
Let
I
me get
guess
you
I'll
your
have-
heroism first.
I guess I'll try the heroism. What stat am I rolling again?
You're just rolling.
Cool.
Heroism is just
Can I
This
use
is-
heroism to give myself a second D20?
No, but if you want to use your heroism, you might get those +1s. I would say if you roll on the H, I'll give you a +1
Okay. I'll burn. Fuck it.
because this is not a
Fuck it,
stat
we ball.
roll.
Yeah. Fuck it. We ball here. We ball.
+1. That's good. That's good. Now roll me 7 times on that black dice.
No, keep doing that for a bit.
That's a 12. 13 altogether. 13 darknesses.
7 lights.
So many dark eye.
17 altogether.
I'm probably gonna have to get like a 20, aren't I? This is gonna suck. That was an 18. So come on. Oh,
20. That's your 4th roll. You have 3 more rolls.
3 more, so 3.
Another 20.
Fuck. 2. It's a last one. Let's do this. Come on, big money. Let's go.
Wow.
Blackjack.
Anthony.
Well, I win.
Anthony.
What do I win?
Natural
Yeah.
21.
I will warn you.
Okay.
You feel that whatever this is, you cannot sway it. The darkness is extremely powerful, far more powerful than Kaklakot. However, you could draw it out. If you do this, it will be a very difficult encounter. If you don't, you may only have to deal with Whisper. Do you want to deal with Whisper, or do you want to deal with whatever this dark creature is?
Oh, fine, boys. Oh.
I'm saying if we TPK, we TPK. I don't give a shit. Hibiki only session.
Yeah. So listen.
Could you imagine we all die and Hibiki's like, alright guys, I'm back. What the fuck?
It's literally him walking.
Oh,
it's like that
we'll
walking
be
with the
going to
pizza
Hibiki
meme.
no matter what right here, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think because of who Gilgamesh is and what he's about, he knows that this fucking
Finally,
is.
this battle will be legendary.
It's more. This is the fucking reason I can't get satisfaction today, huh?
Gilgamesh.
So I'm gonna grab by its little fucking throat and pull it out.
You reach out toward this darkness as it roars. You grab at the top of where this maw-like thing is. You start pulling at it. You feel something solid underneath. You grip further into Whisper as Whisper yells out, their eyes glowing a very bright yellow, similar to a heartless. As you pull this darkness further out, you feel horns. You pull more. The area dims. The bright light that comes from this, that was going to be refreshing your guys' shields periodically, is no more. Whisper collapses forward, a small red light surrounding them. As you pull this out of the red light that was containing it. The area goes almost completely black. As it does, The three of you look forward on this sturdy brick landing. In front of you, Whisper fades away, either being knocked away or some kind of magic pushing them away. You hear something hit the water. A small splash coming up. Zarel, you look around as you see something jump from the water to more water as if it's running along the surface of it. The three of you turn toward where the door is. As it shows itself. With the bright light that surrounds Whisper very dimly showing far enough to see the features of this creature. You see a horned wolf stepping its way out from pure darkness in front of you.
Oh, that's a big boy.
As this horned wolf stares down toward all of you, the three of you feel again that same energy that you have felt whenever you had fought against Koklakot's dragon form before. You see the horns of a buffalo atop a very red dog, a emblem along one of their flanks. They let out a howl as they look like they're about to charge with their horns down. That's not all though. As Hibiki.
Yeah.
What's up, buddy?
I am traveling. I am going as fast as I can to get that silly ball.
I'm
or
traveling.
Where you at? What'd I do with you? Where'd I put you?
You
I put you over here.
where
I
my
put you over
card
here at this
is.
card. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I almost forgot about the card. Ah man.
No, you didn't.
Oh man, I guess you gotta just throw it away. It's been there for like 8 sessions now.
Hibiki, as you would make your way out, you hear another rumbling sound happen throughout. You hear that howling go forth.
He turns back briefly to see if he needs to go back to help them, but
You find a light coming out from the other direction, where the prisons are. As you do, you hide at the corner for a moment, because something is coming out from there. You see what appears to be God. At least that's what he calls himself. Coming out, followed by a certain Heartless that seems to be listening to him. He lifts a hand as the creature grabs him and pulls him over toward the area you plan on wanting to go. In his hand, he is holding a wet object that he may or may not have gotten from deep inside the prison area.
if he hasn't noticed me yet, I would like to aim my gun and shoot his hand with the object in it.
You want to shoot him here? You don't have a great advantage in this area.
I shoot him here.
Okay. You go to fire. Hibiki, give me an experience. Wait, no, this is willpower for the gun.
Is it willpower or is it?
I believe it's willpower.
Is it willpower?
Yeah, because I put it with your what your primal coin goes with. Because if you
Right,
remember
right.
looking over at the Terra Defenders area, a lot of your things come from willpower there.
Yeah. Well, I will now proceed to roll 4 times.
Go ahead. Only 5 times.
Okay.
Okay.
13.
Oh wait, no, that's a heroism. This isn't a thing.
Okay.
Only 4 times.
1. That's 2 rolls. Come on now. 15. That's 1. And final roll. 17. Since I did get that hero dice, I would like to use it because I got it for this roll, but I don't know how that works.
You
When it's
already
the-
rolled, so that's a no.
Yeah.
You hit either way.
I hit either way because
With
yeah.
a 21, a hit. You shoot the hand of this person as they don't let go, but they do seem to turn and land abruptly. It looked as if they were going to be flying the entire way down, but they do stop as soon as I reach the ledge and they look back to you. What do I have here? You're the one from before.
That's right.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I have things to be doing. You haven't seen my friend around, have you?
Unfortunately, Cocklecot isn't here,
Oh,
judging by your little companion right there.
oh, this. Yes, I suppose you would have seen the emblems by now. Shame. Most people don't even consider this one of them.
Lucky you.
Didn't think you'd make it all the way up here. What are you doing?
I think you should be able to hazard a pretty decent guess why we're here.
Well. Love to stay and chat. He looks to you. He points the wyvern towards you. Take him out of here. The
It would be
wyvern
so much better if you fought me yourself.
swoops
You've saved
its way
yourself so
going
many
forward.
headaches.
Sorry, I have something to do. But do join me if you live. If not, I'll see you outside.
Fine, Dr. Hestus, fine. I'll kill this thing and come right after you.
Hibiki.
Yeah.
The creature gets to the center of the room and screeches out. As it does, you feel the screech of this creature does seem to somewhat hurt. Not like an aura of light or dark magic or anything. It's just loud as fuck. Seems to make you stumble slightly. It's gonna start to swoop down at you. However, I think that these two fights will probably last a little bit of time. So I think
Yeah.
with this thing swooping down towards you, Hibiki, and with this dog buffalo creature charging its horns toward the three of you, we're gonna end things here for the night.
Everything is great.
I feel bad, but I
This-
regret nothing.
This
No,
is,
never feel bad.
This is not only the harder of the 3 fights that you could have gotten right here,
Mm-hmm.
but unbeknownst to me, you guys are 1 person down in this fight.
Yep.
We'll manage.
Not only that, you're sure in a room full of fucking water.
Listen, man, we either win or we die. I'm just here for the ride.
Can you just cast like the ultimate blizzard spell to turn this into ice real quick?
I hate this. I hate this so much.
I hate this idea. I don't think we should do that. That sounds terrible.
I saw the black magic infecting light. Can't have that. Also, fuck this thing. It's ruining my day.
This thing is powerful enough to survive being in light. What the fuck did y'all take out?
The light was
In
the
light,
light was
this thing turned off the lights.
the light was containing it.
It was imprisoned.
Was keeping it from escaping.
Oh.
I pulled it out of its prison.
We haven't
And then there's Boy out here just fucking fighting one of the remaining dark sides happening around here.
NBD.
There's a lot going on. Who knows? Maybe if we kill this fucking thing, maybe the lighthouse will light up again.
So there were 3 fights that could have happened.
Are they all
And
happening now?
some of them. You guys could have fought Whisper. Which may or may not have eventually led to this thing, only potentially a more weakened version of this thing. You guys could have just fought this thing, which is the hardest of the 3 encounters, because you wouldn't have anything to aid you in it. Or you guys could have tried to go to the surface and fight the dark side. But at least you would have had a Keyblade builder helping you out.
At least Boya would have been there.
It's fine.
Hey, Tico.
What's up, man?
Would we consider this a fight here to be very particularly important and special and whatever?
I would say it's a decently important fight, because you still don't know what the hell's going on with what God might want down in that other area.
Yeah.
Not to mention you are fighting. Not to mention you.
Chase.
Not to mention you are fighting a Heartless you have not seen before, so you don't know its patterns or what it does. And you are fighting it at night, which, you know, is not great time to fight Heartless. It wouldn't have mattered if it was night anyway, because you guys are underneath.
100 cracks.
Yeah, it's a decently it's fun for me, I think.
Hopefully next time it appears for me, I'm not making a stream for it. It's a really cool boy.
Oh, he's lovely. Him. Look him. Him good.
Dr. Hestispoa, you bitch.
He's still, he was still nice with you. He was still nice with you. He was just like, hey, what's going on? Unfortunately, I don't think that that's something that you could have done to him without, like, with your base damage now. Maybe if you morphed first, maybe. There's a big maybe there.
Listen, I understand the morphing card now. You don't morph immediately. You gotta morph to get your shield back.
Yeah.
That's the way that God intended.
That's the way God fucking intended.
We've had the Wyvern for a while, and yeah, Krebs like, I'm really proud of how that one came out. Yeah. We had this one. Cool. We had this one back, I think, before the Cocklacot fight. But I'm like, this guy's not gonna show up in the Cocklacot fight.
The combat.
Yeah, you guys hadn't made an enemy of this man's back whenever the Cocklacot fight was happening. He was helping you. He was friends with you.
He was chill. Now we're having a problem.
Well, he's just sitting here. He's just sitting here like, what are you guys doing? You guys have known me more than her. Come on, I'm your friend.
I don't think that's very correct.
I'm your bro.
I think I actually have known her for more consecutive seconds than I've known you.
Nah, remember whenever I told you guys what to do and didn't help you?
Yeah, I do, actually.
My deepest hope is that if we kill this fucking Heartless dog, we'll break the darkness on this place and the light will shine again. That's all I can hope. I don't know what else to do. I'm sorry, Gilgamesh sees challenge, sees problem, kill problem, no more problem.
Well, I sure hope you're ready to kill problem, because you're like the main DPS in this room.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Oh my god, these wounds are big.
What was that?
The meme that I've been making. I've noticed how big they are. Their files are.
I just had a fucking... No, there's no way that would work. No. It has to be too big.
What's going on?
My combat-centric brain says to me that we should try and ram it into the guillotine and drop the blade on it.
I mean, he couldn't get his head inside the little guillotine area, but you could definitely.
I'm not talking about the little guillotine
Yeah, I was
area.
gonna say you
in the
definitely
fucking
could try to
space.
hit it with this thing, though, potentially.
I don't need to put its head through the hole. I just need to drop the fucking thing on it.
Be bad evolution.
I mean, it's worth a shot, I think.
I mean,
We'll
it's
see.
we're kind of running on Steam, so yeah.
There ain't much else in this room but water and stack. That's it.
I mean, I love water, and that thing I'm
Water's
not
great.
too cool
I love
on.
it. I love having it near me and everywhere around me with my non-existent swim speed and giant pure stone item.
This guy
Hopefully
apparently
be
wants
in
something
trouble.
from this area, and man, it sure would have been probably difficult of him to get it if somebody was at their full strength.
Oh, he's going for the ball.
Who knows, man? Who knows what's happening? We are gonna end things here for the night. We're gonna come back to this next week, potentially finishing off some, if not all, of these encounters, and seeing if we can stop a little guy from doing things where he shouldn't be doing things and little guy things.
I don't think we can, but we can try not to die next
I
game.
mean, Hibiki
Yo, that
might
would
be
be
able to.
hype if we don't die.
I mean, this is basically a Hibiki centric like game now. We might have to make new characters for you guys.
Yeah.
No, we win. No, we're gonna win. It's fine.
Hibiki's just gonna be like, "What do you mean? What do you mean there was a giant buffalo dog I didn't get to fight?"
you just walk in there and you see two bodies and an egg.
Oh no.
So, by the way, you actually did hit it decently hard. I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it was, Emerald, but something about Whisper, something about Night Fury had both Whisper and Siphius in them, which is why this thing is not only a buffalo but also a dog.
It's more dog hooves in
Papa dog.
He's Doug. He's woof
I'm gonna
woof.
break his
he was-
fucking horns.
He was extracting blue from this red thing. How?
Life
both-
magic.
Man, if only your inner essence was reliant on your hair color.
I wish it was.
Also, it's a heartless. It should just be black. Pure ink.
Who knows,
Yeah,
man?
it depends. I mean, this one has an emblem, so it has someone's soul in it.
I wonder who.
Might be both. I think it's both. I think did this asshole like transplant soul pieces into people?
Who knows, man?
He's so normal.
He seems like a normal
his
guy,
little-
is what I feel like.
He sure is supposed to be an axolotl, man. It's neat that his little feeler thingies match the wyvern in color, huh?
What are you talking about?
He's gonna fucking live forever when I'm done with him.
He's gonna fucking live forever, or else.
We're gonna. We have a lot of things that could be happening, could not be happening here.
Yeah.
I feel like I love that. I love that a lot of your guys' stuff so far has been, do we like what do we think about this guy? What do we think about that guy? And then when it comes to this guy, it's like, no, we hate him. Fuck him. Like
a
there's no
god and, like,
ambiguity. It's just like, nah, fuck that guy. Actually,
We've just been seeing his remnants of his fucking experiments all over the place.
We
man.
keep seeing his aborted children and weird proto-Jews everywhere.
I'm gonna be even real here. If we had never gone to where the Heatkeep stuff happened with the coin, we probably still would have fought him here anyway because of how he's treated this
I
woman.
know it's bad to assume this guy listens to music on the bus with a Bluetooth speaker, but
He would be that person, wouldn't he?
Oh man,
Fucking god.
he's doing pretty good. He's a good guy.
I might make my fight more of a chase as I go after him and make my fight even more difficult.
Kill him. Alright, I do need to go to sleep.
Yeah,
Because you
we're gonna end the
explained it.
recording here as
Dude,
well.
I've been fading in and out so much.
We're gonna end things here. Hope everybody had a good time. And until next time, like always, better days.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.